Hey guys, thanks for joining us on this lovely Saturday. I'm going to be your host today, Mr. Joey Vowell, and of course, the main man himself, Frank Lanatra, continuing to work on the Grimoire, the book of the Battle Bunnies and friends. How's everybody doing today? Frank, how's
Hey
your
guys.
Saturday going?
What?
How's your Saturday going?
It's going great. It's going great. No complaints. I don't ever really complain much anyway.
No, you really don't. All right, let's see
Well,
here.
listen.
Do you Are you sharing your screen yet,
No,
buddy?
but I can.
Let's get that screen up and start showing everybody what you've been working on what you've been working on. Last night what did we spend like 3 hours last night on the
Yeah,
grimoire?
yeah, there it is. Yep, we
Mul-
went through a bunch of different variations, concepts, and I think this was the one we wound up settling on.
Multiple iterations, if you will.
Yes, yes. I think we had like three, four, five. I don't know. They're up there floating. Um, this is the mess we just settled on. It's not really a mess to me because I kind of know what's going on now. But I think this is where we're going to move forward from.
I mean, I would hope so. It looks like you've put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, yeah.
Are
We
those
worked
hor-
it out quite a bit.
are
What?
those horns coming off the back of the book?
Those are the Viking horns. Yeah,
Oh, nice. That must have happened after I had to jump off and go take care of the baby and eat some dinner.
yeah. Were you there when we decided that we're going to make the cover made out of like wood bark of a tree?
Okay.
So the cover itself will be wood bark. We'll have the portal there. Kind of looks like the Battle Bunny shield. And then I'll do this attachment here that kind of looks like the Battle Bunny's Viking horn helmet, which will be like the hinges to the book.
Got it. And then a
And
whole bunch of other swirly whirlies going on that probably won't be there in the end.
I want them to be vines. I would like
Vines.
vines
Okay.
coming out of the book. I want to bring some nature. That's why we did the tree bark, so some vines and maybe some leaves and stuff. It's kind of like you open up the grimoire and enter the Battle Bunnies universe. Or you go through the portal and just cover the book and see where that takes you.
Mother Nature.
Yeah, so it's like I figured like maybe there's so many different ways to enter all different parts of the universe or the Battle Bunnies world through this book, right? So I was trying to figure out what other things can we tie in that will allow you. Maybe you go to a chapter and you get to just instantly portal to that chapter in the Battle Bunnies history or something. These were all
You're not just going through the cover of the book. You can turn to a specific story maybe and end up somewhere.
why not? Oh, that
I,
was Arthur talking to me.
I mean, you could do whatever you want, buddy. This is your world. We're all just trying to live in it.
That's well, okay. Fair enough. It's our world.
Yeah.
It's our world, and
Whatever comes out of that crazy artistic head of yours.
it's what we're working on. So I'm trying to make sense of it half the times too. All right, so I think I'd probably just want to just collapse this mess of layers and go from there. And now just create a new one and start to clean this up, right? That's what I'm thinking, man. Start to clean up this mess so we can start making sense of it. How's your Saturday going, Joey?
It's good. I coached a little this morning. Coached kids CrossFit this morning. Came home,
Okay.
watched a little bit of the Phoenix Open, and now I'm here, hostess with the mostess.
Hanging out, keeping me company.
Yeah.
I like that. It gets boring drawing by yourself.
Oh, I believe it. I think it's way more fun when we've got people in here interacting, asking questions, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. I like when people come and hang out and they're part of the That's it. You get a lot of great ideas from people coming to hang out too. And I love that.
Yeah, I think that's how some of didn't we the torch? Did the torch come about from one of these streams?
Absolutely, dude.
And then the holy hand grenade was another one.
Yep. Infinite holy hand grenade. It started as just a holy hand grenade. And then it somehow merged into infinity stones as well.
Wait, there's infinity stones on the holy hand grenade?
Yeah. Where were you?
I don't know.
See, I keep surprises from you.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was just a straight holy hand grenade.
Now I was putting gems on the holy hand grenade, and then somebody was like, "Oh my god, you should make them the Infinity Stones." I'm like, "Oh my god, that's a brilliant idea!" And so we turned it into the Infinite Holy Hand Grenade.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
Now it combines the power of the Holy Hand Grenade and the Infinity Stones. I mean, you can't really get more badass than that, right?
No, you can't.
So that's where we're at, dude. And nobody's seen the final version yet, though. I had finished it up, but I don't think anybody was around when I finished it.
Well, it looks like I might have put the wrong link. Well, that's poopy. Thought did we changed links? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, well, that's fine.
What do we got going on here? I really want to do is clean up this.
Well,
What happened?
my daughter is supposed to be napping for until at least 4 o'clock, and she decided to wake up. So we're gonna have to put her next to us and put Moana on so she stays quiet while we live stream.
Do it.
Let me go over here. Let me get the music on.
Get some Moana going.
There we go. All right, I guess I need to update the official links too for the.
Is this gonna like turn into some kind of like Moana sing along or something? Because I didn't.
No, I'm not gonna put. I mean, we could play. I don't think we can play Moana. I think we run into
Okay.
like copyright laws and stuff like that
Gotcha.
with Moana. But I do know all of the songs. If anybody would like me to sing them while they're playing in the background.
Yeah, well, because I didn't sign up for it, so if that's what's coming, if that's what it's coming down to, buddy, you're on. You're on stage.
I don't have the best voice, but I'm a decent dancer.
All right, and you know what? That'll make up for it.
Oh. All right, let's see what this kid wants. She's supposed to be sleeping. Maybe she'll go back to sleep. Maybe I'll let her cry for a little bit. Don't judge me, everyone. Don't judge me. Crying's good for them. Let's see. All right. Did the music go off?
Yeah, it's really low. I can't get into my groove without some.
There we go. All right. You know what I could do too while I'm here? Let's I'm gonna work on some stuff behind the scenes while you guys watch Frank draw. I'll be back, everybody.
Those of you just joining us, Jerry left me in here alone to talk to myself when I draw. Said he was doing stuff behind the scenes, but
Slash, my kid is screaming at me. I'll be right back.
I just feel abandoned. It's cool. Screaming kid.
All right. I'm back. Let's see if Moana makes her happy.
Daddy duty done?
Sometimes you got to leave the parenting up to a Disney princess.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. We're just cruising along. Just cleaning up this wonderful mess I made for myself.
I could already see like the depth and the 3D-ness in the book, right where that shield is. Like you almost feel like you're already falling in.
Cool. All right, that's good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. All right. There. Yeah, I made some adjustments this morning. I think I woke up and I started to make little adjustments. Sometimes it's hard to just sit and stare at it and leave it sitting there with not out doing something to it. So I know it looks a little different than I think what everybody remembered how I left it last night. But that's because some of this stuff happened this morning while I was sitting here having coffee. And
You just saw it and you were like, got to do it.
yeah, I was just like, no, I need to fix this. I need to do this. While we were having meetings at the same time.
Yeah.
So,
meetings.
Yeah, don't.
So many meetings.
I'm so distracted. And that's the terrible thing. Sometimes I can't pay attention to meetings because like everybody thinks I'm paying attention. I'm sitting here just like trying to fix a drawing or something. And I just pretend I heard everything that was said. And it's like, yep. Whatever you guys said. It's probably not the smartest thing to do. All right, so I'm going to kind of use that kind of corner thing. I think, actually, I feel like this can be shorter, right? Right, Joey, it should be shorter.
Where? What should
Right
be
here.
shorter?
Right here, this should be shorter. I agree. Glad
Like
you agree with
is that the corner of the book?
Yeah, that's the corner.
Yeah, I feel like the corner protector there is very large.
Yeah. I just had to make this edge short. It is very large. See,
So are there no corner protectors on the bottom part of the
There
book?
is. They're down here.
No, the right side over there.
No, not this side. Just this
Nope.
corner, this corner, this corner.
Okay. So it's like an every other kind of thing.
Yeah, it's for decorative purposes. And
So
I
we're
felt
going with
if I
a
put
so
it
like
on
a
all four corners, it would just take away from some of this. So
we're going with like a tree bark book with
Yes.
Viking horns for the binding, some vines, a
Vines
water.
and
Is it like a water style portal?
I think it'd be cool to have something like kind of well. Yesterday, somebody in the stream gave us a good idea to have it look like it was sunk in, and I was like, yeah, that would be cool if it looks like it was kind of going in down, you know, give it some of that depth like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we wound up with it. That's what we're doing. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Right now, I'm just trying to clean this up so I can even make some more sense of my drawing here. Sometimes I get a little out of control.
It's the creative process, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Really just trying to define these shapes a little bit better. I don't like when things are all too symmetrical and too, as long as they're in the right perspective. But I like a little bit of asymmetry going on. Things. I think
Yeah, you don't want everything to be perfectly shaped, then it won't have that organic feel, right?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I want it to look like it was built by the bunnies of old or something, you know?
Yep.
There we go.
Moana's working for now. Good job, Moana. This is why I employ you.
Me and Chris were talking about Halloween Horror Nights again earlier.
I'm afraid they're gonna scare the baby out of Kelly if we go.
There's a chance that could happen.
Yeah. Because if we go like September, like right when it first launches, she'll be like 7 months pregnant.
Oh, okay.
So I would hope that she doesn't get the baby scared out of her at that point.
Nah, I don't think that'd be good.
No.
You have to have one of the zombies there deliver it.
Yeah, right.
Or what's that clown's name? Jack, right? I think that crazy clown's name is Jack.
Yep. I wonder what this year's theme's going to be. Like, what are some of the houses?
I don't know. The Ghostbusters house last year was awesome.
There was
Didn't we meet you there last year?
Yeah, we talked about this on the live stream. Remember, I wore the brain candy shirt.
That's right. That's right. I was like, you remember? It's like, no, I don't remember.
Yeah, we talked about you pulled up the brain candy. You told the story about the girl hitting the raccoon.
Wasn't that just last night?
Yeah, that was last night.
Yeah. Okay, all right. So I apologize. Yeah, I'm more brain dead, dude. From all of this, I don't know if I'm coming or going half the time. Gotta bear with me, man. Krista thinks I make it up and I forget things that she just told me, and it's like, no, I'm really like that.
Oh, Kelly's the same way.
Forgets or just
forgets?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's I'm just not paying attention or I legitimately forget.
My stepmom says that about my dad. That she'll say things, and then he doesn't like do them or remember, and she says it's because he's just not listening to her.
Yeah, it's a selective.
Just tune him out.
Yeah, it happens, right? I don't do it on purpose, dude. I think it's happened to me over the years. But it was coming to me asking me for things, this and that, and eventually I just have to zone and tune everything out. I'll lose my mind.
There you are.
You singing for us? Awesome.
I can't help it. We watch this movie all the time. That like it's. Oh, hey, Krista. Krista's here. She said, "Looking good, Frank." Wink, kiss.
Uh, Thank you, Krista.
Is she tattooing today?
Yeah, she is. Everybody say hi to Krista. She'll probably join us later on, or I don't know, it depends on the time she gets home. She's at the shop handling business.
And there you are.
There we go. So that's that. It's funny. I had the idea last night to make it the bark texture, and Chris is like, "I was going to tell you to do that, but I just didn't want to start telling you what to do." So she didn't say. I was like, "Well, I thought it." So maybe she like sent me brainwaves. Like, I mean, she's sitting right over here next to me in the room, so I think she's a woman. Apparently, they can read minds and have telepathy.
It's like that movie What Women Want, but in reverse, because they always just know what we're thinking,
Yeah.
or they can convince us to think a certain way.
Yes. Yeah. Because Krista wishes I read minds, but I do not. But she has a way of doing that. So maybe I did read her mind. I don't know. I don't know if I read her mind or she read mine last night. But somehow we wound up with this bark skin book cover, which I like. I think it'll give it a very natural element to it.
Yep, I like the Viking horns on the backside.
Yeah, I think
Since we are the like ruling class of bunnies, right?
yes. Well, so it's the Vikings and Valkyries together, right? Because the Valkyries are the females, the Vikings are the males.
Those are our lady friends.
Yes.
Wow, wow.
So the lady friends. So I'm gonna open this up here. That we can see.
The village believes. All right, Frank. So
Yeah.
if you could travel somewhere tomorrow, time, money, irrelevant, where would you want to go spend like a couple weeks or a month?
Space. Oh.
Okay, but where?
Realistically,
You just want to like hang out in the emptiness of space? Is
I
that
just
it?
want to cruise around in a starship.
Okay, but that's not but that's not like realistic though. Like
Oh,
somewhere
we're talking
realistic.
realistic. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't say that, Joey.
Okay, somewhere
You gotta be more
realistic.
specific.
Yeah, not because like I would love to travel space, go to new planets, meet aliens, but that's not like realistic for a couple weeks, right?
Oh, for a couple weeks. Oh, I don't, dude. Honestly, I mean, me and Chris always talked about. Well, we'd love to go to Iceland. I know you just kind of came back from there.
So
That
awesome.
would be somewhere. I'm not one for the tropics and stuff like that. I think for us, it's more about like seeing visually amazing things, and I would love to see Northern Lights and just experience like the stars and all of that stuff. So for me, yeah, I think I'd love to go spend a couple weeks out there.
Yeah, I would probably go like if I could just spend a couple weeks somewhere, like no like time, expense, none of that really mattered. I would probably want to go and like if safety didn't matter too, I'd probably want to go to like Africa, like the safari and live on like the wild plains and like just go see all the like the lions and the giraffes and all that stuff.
You know, I wanted to do that for my bachelor party.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And
Sweet.
then actually, and that didn't happen because everybody thought it was crazy. And then we talked about Iceland, but then nobody had money to go to Iceland. So I wanted to go. And a couple of us were all set to go, but then, there was the rest of everybody's just kind of didn't work out. But yeah.
I'd love to also probably like hang out underwater for a couple weeks too, and
Dude,
like see all the. I'm a big animal guy, and like
yep.
I like it pains me to know that there's so many animals that we will never see again on this planet. Um, that are just they're just being wiped out, and I want to see all of them before they're gone.
So like
Like
Australia, huh? Would be a
yeah,
great place to go explore also.
yeah. Like I'll admit to something. I cry every time I ride Flight of Passage at Animal Kingdom because you know that scene. You've rode Flight of Passage, right?
Yeah, once though, so I don't
Okay.
remember it as well.
Okay, so you know that. Okay, so it's right at the end when you come out of the woods and it opens up and you see like the ocean and like the mountains and all the animals. It literally brings me to tears every time because it makes me think about how beautiful our planet is and the amazing things to see and experience on our planet and how we're just killing them all the time.
Well, you know what? That's part of this project too, right? Is going to be trying to donate and give back to those and help those environments and animals. I think that's a big part of what we're doing. And so, you know what? At least we're doing something good to help that. But I understand, dude. I just love, I mean, animals, I guess, in that sense. It's all I draw. It's
Yeah.
all I draw. Um, I have really no interest in drawing much of anything else. I also love just like studying new animals to draw, just like really learning their personalities and understanding how they move and things that makes them what they are, and that's always exciting for me. Much more interesting than people, to be
Yeah.
honest.
We went to this sanctuary, Kelly and
So,
I, and we got to like hang out with like baby panther and a baby tiger, and it was so amazing. We got to like hand feed some sloths,
where'd
and
you? Because we're going to go. Me and Chris are going to go to this place. I think it's West Palm or Delaware or something like that, where you could go hold the sloth and the baby kangaroo and
yeah,
all
is
that.
that's animal? That's the one that's animal ed ventures, like education,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes. One
yep.
of
That one's a really cool place.
okay, yeah. So we're going to do that for Valentine's, but we're going to set a different day than Monday because it'd probably be more of a pain in the ass to do it on Valentine's Day.
I don't
But
even know if it
yeah,
would be that busy. That might actually be a good day because it is Monday.
how to do it because it's Monday.
Yeah.
Hmm. I think we got a little relax home with the doggies day planned because we have not gotten a day off. So you know what? Honestly, whatever Krista wants to do, that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Trust me.
Yeah, right. Just not having a day off to relax or
Yeah, I even coach tomorrow.
okay. Oh, I'll be at the shop tomorrow. I'll be at my other job. And somewhat neglected.
All right. So next question. Getting more
Yes,
into the head of Frank. If you were not an illustrator or tattoo artist and not a bass player, because we know you played bass, right? So if you're not a
yes.
bass player, you're not a tattoo artist, illustrator, what do you think you um you like what profession or what do you think you would be?
Well, if my dad had it his way, I would have been an electrician.
Okay.
I,
Oh,
I think finally he's okay with the fact that I did build a career out of being an artist.
Joe decided to show up and ask if you were done yet. Still.
Yep, I'm all finished up. You can go now.
So was your dad part of the union?
Yes, he got local 3.
Yep.
And him, his father, his brother, my cousin, his brother's son. So it's like it was a family thing. And I know it's not easy to get into local 3 at all. And so I think, for him, that was, I guess, kind of important. He wanted me to do that. And I kind of went off on the wild goose chase of being a musician. And then after that, going to school to be an artist. And then after graduating and getting my degree, deciding that I'm not going to go work for a company as an artist. I'm just going to open a tattoo shop. So,
And our friend Ash from the other side of the pond showed up. Hey, Ash. Ash is one of the newest members of the team. He's in Leeds. I think he's in Leeds, England. He is a incredible animator, and we're really excited to have him as part of the team. Thanks for hanging out, Ash.
Yeah, we need to bring him in here. Why is he hanging out there?
Yeah, we got to get Ash in here sometime. Let him talk about what he does and his amazing talents. I don't know.
Whenever you want to join us.
I think as long as I've known you guys, I don't even know how you and Krista met.
We did tell that story on I think one of our other live that we did when it was me and John and Krista.
Oh, okay.
We sat there all night. I met Krista. It's funny, I'll tell you, I met her on April 2nd, 2007 at 8 a.m. in the morning.
8 a.m. Okay.
Yep. And met her the very first day at school.
At what school?
At the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right when I moved down here. I moved down here March 16th of 2007. Hung out for a couple weeks before, I moved down a couple weeks before school started. Mind you guys, I was 30 at the time, so it was like I was just going back to school to finally get a degree and do something with my life after my music career kind of thing. And so then 2 weeks later, it was April 2nd, and I went to my very first class, and I was more newly single, I guess, from New York. I left a lot of crazy stuff behind in New York. And
you were a rock star.
Yeah, I came out here looking to start life over. I looked around the room and I saw Krista sitting there, and the desks were stacked like long ways where people sat across from each other, rows and so I just saw her and I went and I sat right across from her. And then our first, we had to go around the room. The teacher made everybody tell a little about ourselves and stuff like that. And that's when I found out, Krista was an animation major. So I was like, okay, cool. So was I. And then we got a little break after class break. And at the time, me and Krista, we both were smokers. So we had gone outside for a break. And I went and I sat across from her yet again at the table she was sitting at. And my line there was, so you're an animation major too, huh? And that was it. Started talking to her, hung out with her all day. Wound up giving her a lift home. She was living with her mom down here. And I remember I hung out with her and her mom and her best friend at the time till like midnight. My dad was down here. My stepdad was down here at the time. Had drove down with me to help move me down. And he had no idea where I was, and I had left my phone in the car. So he was freaking out. This weekend I went to class. I went to school that day and never came home. And he couldn't find me. And my cousin that was with him kept telling me, probably met a girl or something. But yeah, that's what happened. That's how I met Krista.
And then it was, after that, it was it just the sparks, the magic, the love.
No. You would think. No, I was a lot older than Krista. So it was just old to her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 11 years older than Kelly, so.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So me and Krista have a 10-year difference.
Yeah. I met Kelly. She was 22 and I was 33. I was like robbing the cradle. She was still living at home with her parents.
Okay. So yeah, all right. So we're on the same page essentially on that one, um, and and Chris actually had a long distance boyfriend because she had just moved here from Hawaii. She was living in Hawaii, and she had this kind of boyfriend still in Hawaii or whatever. So we really just became friends, but we were friends that were hanging out every day together and had every class together. So eventually I would just, so her mom didn't have to drive her to school or she didn't have to take the car from her mom. I would just pick her up every day on the way to school and take her home and just, I think it was maybe three. And then eventually she broke up with him, maybe not even a few weeks or a month later. And then maybe 3 months or so later, she finally went on an actual date with me.
And where was your first date?
Maikai.
Maikai, the Polynesian place?
Yeah, that I don't think is there anymore.
I was gonna say I don't even know if they're open anymore. Let's
Yeah,
see. Hold on. Let's see. Maikai restaurant Polynesian show. Maikai. Nope. It says temporarily closed. I wonder if it's because of COVID.
I have no idea.
Or if they just closed. Let's see. It says, we're grateful and excited to share some big news about the future of Maikai. Yes, the Maikai will reopen. After considering numerous interested parties, the Thornton family is thrilled to announce our new joint venture with the Barlington Group, a South Florida-based real estate investment and development company focused on growing blah, 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 blah. Iconics such as Ball and Chain, Los Altos, and Taquerías El Mexicano. Our search game. Most importantly, we want to thank you and our devoted fans and guests. We're looking forward to working closely with the Barlington Group and Mad Room Hospitality to sustain the Maikai the world has come to know and love. We can't wait to welcome you back to South Florida's iconic Maikai restaurant and Polynesian show. But until then, please stay tuned. Yeah, so they're coming back.
Okay.
It doesn't say when, but they're coming back.
All right, cool. Yeah, that was our first date.
We've always wanted to go and we never did.
Yeah, we lived right over there at the time. Hey, buddy.
Did he bark? I was going to say, did he bark because he heard the baby scream?
Yes, he talked to each other. Maybe that was going on last night.
They speak the same language.
I'm telling you, he's a little baby too. He's such a little baby. I feel like I want to bring this out more here, like this one comes out. I want to bring it out. It comes like this, and then bring it out like that, and then the side like this. See, so even though I clean it up, I still start to say, oh, you know what? I need to do this to it or something, and then just fix it up. But it's a lot cleaner than it was. At least we got that. And I wound up drawing on both layers. So that means I'll have to do a whole other layer too. But I also, like this is the thing that I'm wondering about these vines. Like, what do I want to do with these vines? What kind of vines do I want them to be? Do I want them to be grassy green vines? Probably, because I'm going to do the bark of the wood, and that'll give a nice contrast. These and maybe some leaves coming out.
What about maybe like some thorns or some little like flowers on the end of them or something, or
you could possibly
like really bring them to life?
Yeah, we could probably put flowers, something at the end of one. So, the other thing that I had in mind was I was going to originally make this portal kind of like turquoise, in the center. But now I had this idea where I think I'd like to put these other, check this out. So I started just roughing out these ideas back here. And I was thinking maybe like in the back of this room that holds this grimoire, right? Maybe you'd see other portals like surrounding the book, right? The other portals that you can put. And then I was thinking making this glow and the portal inside in the center of the grimoire, the same color, the same way I did the doorway to the mother tree, the bunny hearth tree, and then we'd have all these other glowing portals around this room. And so maybe
I'm still partial to the portal should be the waters of Imaginic Fall.
yeah, it could be. But what if all these portals around here were you take these portals from the waters of Imaginative Falls to the Grimoire. And then what beats in the center of the Grimoire is the heart of the Mother Tree.
Yeah.
What if, like, you go in the water in certain areas throughout the land, in the rivers or lakes or whatever, and you find these portals that are under there, and then they take you out, and then you like wind up here. It's like, boom! I just popped out of a portal, and then somebody another bunny popped out of a portal, right? And this is like they all lead to this room where the Grimoire is or something. I don't know. So many directions, dude. Because originally I was going to do that, the waters of, but like I just keep more and more thinking about the story in my head and how I want to develop it, and that'll be a relief. So I don't know. Both options are viable, dude.
Yeah.
Not to leave out the waters of Imaginative Falls, because everything kind of revolves around that, right? Well, everything does.
Yeah.
But, that Mother Tree really came into play in Imaginative Falls and the Battle Bunnies world. So I was like, how can I tie this book into that? Like, these would not curve this way; they would curve that way as it comes out. Right? These would curve this way, not that way. A lot of these are just curves that bother me. I just don't like the way it curves. I don't think it has a nice flow, so I just keep drawing them over and over. That's why you guys keep seeing me just draw out these curves. I'm always trying to create this certain momentum. And maybe what comes out of this side of the book. And somewhere down here.
Joe went back to work.
Oh. Good, because otherwise he's just going to stay here and bust my balls. Can I say that on here?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't use an inappropriate word. Kid show.
What? Right.
Kid show. You're
right.
good.
Okay. So I didn't know if you're allowed to say that.
Busting chops, breaking bowls.
Okay, all right. So we could say that. Got it. I don't know what I could say anymore. I can't say. Plus, I've never done live streaming, so I don't know what is. It does not constitute. It's so hard to refrain from. I'm from Brooklyn, man. It's so hard to refrain from saying half the things that would fly out of my mouth. The New York does still live in you after all these years.
So I think we could. So we've been holding something back from the community for some time now, right?
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Yeah. So we have a little surprise for you guys. I mentioned it when I made the announcement. So we have a little surprise for you guys. There was a few streams ago where Frank drew and designed a new Battle Bunny Spartan. New background, Spartan, everything for the new Spartan Battle Bunny. What you guys don't know, do you want to put that up real quick, Frank?
Yeah, sure. Where is he? I know I sent him over to you, but
let me see if I can put him up. Hold on.
I could grab him if you want.
You got it? I have him up.
You got him up? Yeah, go for it. I gotta switch screens with you, buddy.
Share screen. There you go. Can everybody see that? There you go. So this is the Spartan Battle Bunny that Frank drew. You know what? Let's do it this way. Hold on. Let's stop share. Let me open him bigger. Where'd he go now?
You broke it, Joe. You broke it.
I broke it. Where'd he go? I just had him up, and now I lost him. Hold on. There we go.
Got to share your screen again.
Yep. There we go. Okay. There he is. Oh, that's not right. Why is it doing that? Stop share. What's going on here? Oh, that's why. Okay, I found him. I'm like, oh, I got him up already. Don't worry. Nope, I don't.
I have to take intermittent breaks to rub my doggy's
There we
belly.
go. All right, there we go. Share screen. There he is. All right. So this is our new Spartan that Frank drew. And as you can see, there's the background. What was that called when they would put their shields together like that? It had like a specific name.
I don't remember. And we just watched the movie again. Oh my god. I didn't know you were going to quiz me on this, Joey.
This had like a name when they would do this. But anyways, so here's what we're going to share.
The shield
Okay.
wall.
So as soon as my daughter stops yelling at me.
My dog's yelling at your kid's yelling at my dog. I don't know. Oh, he wants his belly rubbed too. Does everybody want
All right, there we go. So here's what we're going to share. Here we go. So not only did Frank draw a Spartan with a Spartan background, but we as a team have decided that there will be 300 Spartan Battle Bunnies. That's right. 300 in honor of Leonidas and the 300 that battled the Persian army on the shores of Greece. Right? Greece?
Yes.
Right?
You know what? I'm not going to say yes like I know. Because
where did that battle take place? Hold on. Leonidas. Yeah, I think it was Greece. Hold on, let's see here. Hold on.
They were Greek, right?
The Persian army. It was done at. The battle took place. Yeah, the Greek city of Sparta. Yeah, because they were the Spartans. Duh.
Sparta. Yeah.
So there will be 300. So now we have 6 classes of bunnies. We have the Vikings, which are going to be the most. Okay, so when we use the term rare, that's kind of like. They're the most common, but there are rare Vikings. So the Vikings will make
Vikings.
Yeah, they're very rare. But the Vikings will make up the largest portion of the bunnies. Then the Valkyries. Then the sorcerers and shamans. And then the Spartans. And then the pirates.
No, the pirates and the Spartans will be equal. Now.
Oh, we're gonna do. We up the pirate count.
Yes, because we seem to have a lot of pirate fans, and we seem to have a lot of pirates in our Discord.
Okay.
And it's only fair that we make sure that,
there's more available pirates.
There's more available pirates.
All right. So there you go. So the 2 rarest classes. So you'll have 300 Spartans and 300 pirates out of the 5,000. They will be the rarest classes. And obviously within those classes, there'll be a rarity ranking. So there'll be 300 Spartans, and then there'll be a Spartan that's ranked number 1 and a Spartan that's ranked number 300, and so on. Same thing with the Vikings. There'll be a Viking rank 1 and then a Viking rank whatever, 1,500 or 2,000, however many there are. So we now have 6 classes. The 300 Spartans have now joined the battle for Imaginook Falls.
I'm excited.
All right, let me close this. Stop sharing.
That's not even the big.
No, that's not even the big announcement. That's just the little announcement for today. We've got an even bigger one coming later. You want to go back to
the announcement that we've been holding off because we thought it was really cool to have 300 Spartans.
Yep.
Whose idea was that? I have a feeling that was John's idea.
Whoa.
That was your idea?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry. I don't want. Dude, you got it. Like my words, I can't take away. No,
I'm kidding. I think you drew you drew the Spartan. I said, how cool would it be if we added 300 Spartans? And then I said we should make a video of a battle bunny kicking a bored ape down the hole, like when Leonidas kicks the Persian messenger down a hole.
Yes. That was you. All right. Yes. Credit. Given where credit is due, sir.
Do you want to go back to sharing your screen?
Sure, I should, right? Considering I'm still drawing. That was a brilliant idea, Joey, I have to say.
Thank you. I think
That's
it's
pretty cool.
I mean, Vikings, Spartans. I feel like they're all kind of like the same warrior. So I feel like it's a really cool addition for us to bring
And
that
this,
in. I think it's going to be really cool. I think people are going to love the different types of that was just one, right? The whole sword and shield is one. He drew a bunch of different traits and color combinations, and so there's a lot of cool surprises within that Spartan class.
and the Spartans are the elite defending force of King Harold and the Vikings. Just so you
Yep.
know, they're the elite fighting force for them.
For who?
For King Harold,
And who's King Harold again?
he rules Imaginative Falls. I mean, Billy, come on, get with the program, sir.
No, Frank. I'm trying to
Yes,
lead
yes.
you. I'm leading you into explaining
Oh,
for the people.
oh. I was just messing with you, man.
Yeah.
So, yes, King Harold rules over Imaginative Falls.
So he is the king of all kings when it comes to the Vikings, right?
Yes, correct. He's a goodly king.
Is he a fair king?
Very fair king. All the species and critters in the land love him because he works very hard to, alongside the bountiful beavers, to make sure.
Did you just say the bountiful beavers?
I absolutely did.
Oh wow, we have beavers, everybody. I thought we only had bunnies, squirrels, mice, and otters. Now we have beavers too.
Yeah, well, the beavers control the flow of the rivers, the dams, and the magical waters of Imaginative Falls to the north. So they're allied with King Harold, and they help him to make sure that all the critters and species that live in King Harold's land have access to the magical waters, so that their towns and villages could thrive as well.
All right, the beavers.
Yes, bountiful beavers. I don't know if those are the full final names, but beavers are bountiful. And
I mean, it makes me think of that the beavers are going to be quite sexy looking.
I didn't say bodacious beavers. I said bountiful beavers.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it works if they're the ones that control the waters, right? So they're responsible for whether or not it's the lands and the clans are bountiful,
Correct. And then the otters are quite ostentatious.
The ostentatious otters.
Yes.
Okay.
You like that? You like how I just come up with sometimes? Now I
But
don't
see,
know.
but I feel like so we've got are the otters and the beavers not like warring but then so I feel like we've got like battle bunnies, samurai squirrels, medieval mice, and then you've got like the ostentatious otters and the bountiful beavers. Like who's going to be afraid of them in battle?
You'd be surprised. I don't know if that's really the names. That's just what I thought of for personality types, so that you could kind of build around that for essentially like a village. So it's like at least if I name them in my head like that and think about what their society is like, then it kind of helps go from there. And then we'll figure out a cool army to tie them in with. But the otters are an arm of the samurai squirrels army.
Okay.
And they're the ones who control the waters to the south, the ones that are ruled over by the emperor of the samurai squirrels. And so they don't want everybody to have the waters. They, the people of samurai squirrels' lands are not thriving. And the otters make sure, they control.
Did you say the owls?
The otters.
Oh, the otters. They just said. I was like, we have owls now too.
No, I didn't get it, but we will eventually. There's going to be flying things in this world.
Mike coming in saying otters are vicious.
They are, dude. They're rapey.
You could. I've actually hung out with otters. They actually can be quite sweet if you give them like treats.
Yes. Oh no, they can. I'm not saying they
but
can't.
They got those claws and those teeth that can like rip open like shells and stuff.
Yeah, me and Christoph got to hang out with otters. We did a behind-the-scenes tour at the Miami Zoo a long time ago. But yeah, otters can. I mean, I want to just hug them all. I love them. That's why I love. I
Yeah.
love drawing
Do you
otters.
know you can go to like I think it's Isla Morada or one of those islands, and they have like a big pool, and you could swim with otters.
I want to do that.
Yeah,
But
I want to say it's. Oh, let me see, Isla Morada.
otters are not nice in general.
With
Just so you know.
otters. Swim. Love the sea otters and freshwater oasis experience. Hold on. There's definitely swim with otters. Florida Keys. Or places to swim with otters. Let's see here. So you can go to. That's not right. That's not the Florida Keys. I know there is one. I'm pretty sure it's Isla Morada.
Oh, that's it. We're going to play with otters. Are they ostentatious, Joey?
They're very ostentatious.
That is going to be the word of the day, sir.
I can't find it. I'm pretty sure it's like Isla Morada. Oh, Leheo coming in. What's up, Leheo? Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
Hey, buddy. I'm looking for my Viking rune reference. I need to pull that up here. I want to add some runes to this.
Oh, some runes like on my arm that I got in Iceland?
Yeah, kind of. Yes, like that. Here, look. So Krista put some runes reference. Hey, runes?
Yeah, so, yeah, these are all, like when I was in Iceland, those were all over Iceland.
Yes. I know you sent me pictures of those stones with them.
Yep.
I want to balance this book out. Ooh, Journey. Journey's an interesting one because it is a journey into the book, right?
Yep.
Ooh, Danger. No. Trust, support, chaos. This is chaos, but we need instability, right? So that's that balance. I like that. Journey into a world of chaos and instability.
What if there was, instead of the runes being on the book, what if the runes were like on the table?
They are going to be there too.
And then you like had to like, you picked up the rune before you.
Well, so this here, I'm going to put one rune in here and one in here, right?
Where?
And then I was thinking of adding some into the table here.
Where are the runes going to go on the book?
In here, one in here.
Oh yeah, one on the other corner. Yeah, those are great spots.
But you know what? We're going to balance it out with chaos and stability. Because I feel like that's every world, right?
Yeah.
So, auto saving. I have one dog sleeping on my foot. I showed everybody Han before.
Leheo, you're never late, buddy. You're always right on time.
Right on time. There you go.
Right on time.
Oh, the protection one is cool too. All right, so we're going to balance this out. Let's see. I'm going to have them float. You're going to float and glow.
Float and glow.
Yes.
I was going to say something,
but
it's a kid show. Kid show.
Oh.
My daughter took my water.
Where'd you take it?
She wanted to play with it, so now it's in her playpen with her.
Ah, I see. It's one Viking rune. And then we're going to put the other one down there. Which goes, it's the half arrow that goes this way. Okay. I guess that would fit well here like this. Oh, buddy. No, buddy. He was just wakes up out of his sleep and barks, yells at you, and then he'll go and flop back over somewhere.
Sounds like my daughter.
Yeah. Well, she either wakes him up or he wakes her up, and it's like, I swear, they continue talking to each other.
I was just talking to somebody in one of the other chats I'm in, one of the other servers, where it's really sad, like right now, how many criminals are in the NFT and Web3 space. Like, we were talking about projects that just were rug pulls, and for those of you that don't know what a rug pull is, that's when like the owners launch a project and then just decide to run off with all your money, even though they promised all this stuff, right? So it's just crazy because I've been involved in a rug pull, and it doesn't feel good. And it's interesting is the rug pull that I was involved in on the Solana blockchain was really successful project. Like they had launched for like 0.25 Solano, and it was all the way up to 4 Solano. So it had like, what is that, 4 times 4, like 1,600% increase in value, and they were killing it. And the devs just decided they were gonna leave. They like just dipped out with everybody's money, and it's like, why? You could have made like 10 times if you just stayed doing what you were doing because the project was so successful.
It's kind of screwed up, man.
It is, but that's the problem with this space, is that it's unregulated and there's no rules, and
Yeah.
it's a difficult space right now. And that's the thing, is like people don't want the government or anybody to come in and regulate this space, because that's the beauty of the blockchain in this space. But at the same time, there's so many people that are losing a lot of money because there's no regulation. So it's tough. That's when you find a project like ours where we've all got our face, our name out there. You know who we are. We call it doxing. We're completely doxed. We're not trying to hide who we are. We got our LinkedIns, our personal Instagrams and LinkedIns on there. Constantly talking about where we live, businesses we own. It's scary what's going on out there right now. How many people are just making millions of dollars in a month and then just running away with it and leaving their investors with nothing.
Yeah, it is messed up, man. It's very messed up what's going on.
I think I have to change a diaper, guys. I'll be right back. Frank, do your best to entertain them a little bit.
Okay. I'm going to entertain you. Hopefully you're just entertained by sitting here and me drawing, because other than that, I'm not the most entertaining of people. But I rely on my drawing. If there's questions, I can just answer you guys. Nope, no questions. All right, then I'll continue drawing. Tell you what I'm drawing. Right now, I'm just trying to lay out a background or an environment. You know what? I'm going to wait on that so that I can have this book layer separate, and I can build the environment behind and move it around. I almost feel like we should add some more to the canvas too. Don't you guys think? Right, so maybe give us a little more down here. I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Perfect. Wonderful. There we go. Some extra background. You can see a little more of this pedestal. It's also it's running. It's going to cut. Come on. That's easy, right? Really asked for it in this one. Okay. Just want to extend this a little bit. Just a little more. So at least if it goes that way, if it goes that way. That would be correct. Okay. You see the other side, this one here. A little more smooth. And really narrow in. I don't know. What do you think?
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, sir. Let's decided to extend the page a little more and give us a little more of this altar here.
So who cooks in the Lanatra house?
Me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's for dinner tonight?
I don't know. We'll just wait and see what Krista wants. Well, it's different because Krista's a vegetarian. I'm not, so it's not like one meal. It's always like depending on what she wants, she might just eat what she's in the mood for, or what I want is.
Used to be like that in our house too.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna go to Bowl at the Hard Rock.
Bowl.
Yeah, the Chinese restaurant at the Hard Rock. It's so good. It's
really
good.
Chinese not too long ago. But it was from up here. It wasn't no fancy ass Chinese. Yeah, that's the one thing. We don't get out, go out too often because leaving both our dogs at the same time, they get so stressed out, man. And we hate doing that to them. So most of the times we just make it an Ubereats night.
You guys have a favorite Ubereats place?
No, it just depends on what we're in the mood for. We like Indian a lot. Me and Krista love Indian food.
Oh, we love Indian food too.
Yeah.
I love a good samosa.
Yeah, that's what Krista. And plus, they have a lot of vegetarian options for Krista, which is always great.
Yep, like I love the lentil, the chana, no the
masala,
the yellow lentil one.
Yeah, Krista gets that all the time.
Love that. Yep.
And she actually mentioned that the other night, and we wound up with Chinese. Sometimes it's toss up between Chinese and Indian. And we went with Chinese. I bet you if I told Krista, hey, you want to get Indian tonight, she'd be all over that.
There's a really good Indian place where I used to live. It's on 84 in Hiatus. It's called I think it's called like the Indian Palace or something like that.
Okay.
We used to go there a lot. Really, really good. Really good.
That's far from us.
Good food is worth driving.
Yeah, well, we got a place here that we like. They just deliver to our house. Give me more work. It's like we're both like that. I think we just work so much that like any convenience we could get that doesn't have us having to leave our house, we're very, very happy. Or leave the dogs. We hate leaving the dogs, dude. And people think, oh, it's crazy, just leaving whatever. It's like, but you know what? The reality is we don't like to stress them out. We don't like them to be unhappy. And we love being with them. So we don't care. Yeah.
Trust me.
Honey definitely doesn't let us go anywhere. He's very, very attached to Krista.
Trust me, I get it. I was the same way. If I could bring him to, when Gandalf was around, if I could bring him with me to dinner, I would.
Yep. We could probably, that's the thing, we can't even take him because he would just want to run around and love everybody, and it's like he's not one of, now Honey on the other hand, we used to take her everywhere. Dude, she used to fly with us everywhere. We'd take her to conventions. She would just sit quiet on the plane with you, you know. I was gonna just have her in our lap, and she's just so good and quiet. Han's a scoundrel, man. He's a scoundrel.
Yeah, Gandalf was good. We would fly with him, and he would just sit there. He would just lay under my desk.
Yeah, that's where Han is right now. He's under my desk, and Honey's in her special chair that nobody else is allowed to sit in my office. There's something cool in the background. Maybe it's on the center pedestal, right? Goes around like this. Don't mind these extra lines. They're like, why are you drawing through your drawing? But we're gonna clean this all up before we paint it anyway. But I think that would be cool, right? So you have this ground here, like with these big stones and stuff that the pedestal sits on, maybe, right?
Oh no! Did I freeze?
What?
My computer just froze.
No, you're still there, Joey.
Yeah. I'll be back 1 second. I think I got to
All right, Joey will be back. Looks like it's just us again. I'm just gonna keep talking shit about Joey abandoning me all the time. So for all you people who don't know me, live streaming stuff is very new. And awkward at the same time, but I am enjoying it, and I love being here with everybody. Really do. Even though I don't really talk as much, unless people are asking me questions. We'll figure this out. Let's cross that bridge when we get actually a bridge. That would be cool. Put some bridges that go across to and then this could be like some kind of.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back. I just told everybody how you abandoned me again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. So Cartoon Brothers coming in saying, how big will the book be?
How big should the book be?
I mean, I think that was Krista kept telling you to go bigger. So let's talk about perspective, right? Like what size book is this, Frank? Like what if you had to compare it to a book? Is it like, what size are we talking here?
Oh, should it be like one of those big never-ending storybooks that you got to open like this? And so, like, if you put a little Battle Bunny's hand on here, it'd be like a little paw like this, right? Would that be like a little paw? And maybe that's the Battle Bunny there reaching up?
Yeah, I think it should be. I'm thinking the same thing. Really big, grand book, like the almost like the what's that book?
You like my quick version of my Battle Bunny? Look, he's reaching up and he's putting his other hands down here at the side. He's put his little tail back there, and he's looking up. And there's his hand on the book. And so that's how big the book will be.
So it's pretty much as big as a bunny.
Except we should give him like some kind of stairs to, right?
Yeah. So basically, if this book fell on this bunny could die.
Yes. Actually, some stairs. Let's shut off my bunny. And bunny will lay on. I like the idea. So hold on, right? I was drawing stairs here. Right, and okay, so maybe that goes down to there. So, how do we think? Yeah, I don't think we need this here, huh? Let's get rid of this nonsense. I don't know why I put that nonsense there. Sometimes I don't know. I just put stuff there thinking it's going to work, and it doesn't. Let's put that across, and then maybe there's like a pedestal or something here like this. These stairs go up. But I was thinking we could put a little bridge here that goes across. Maybe there's another bridge here that goes across or something. where they could, and maybe this is water or something, like some kind of cool, or maybe if this is in the tree, maybe it's like roots and stuff, and there's these bridges that go across, and there's these tunnels that just go down, just goes deep down, further into the tree, or something. Because I thought this could maybe be like a pool of waters of Imaginuke. I think I'll fix these circles later. We'll worry about that later. I'm just drawing on top of my book. I shouldn't do that.
Focus on the book.
Yeah, I get crazy. Yeah, but this is how it's the story, dude. It's never just the book, right? You start to get these ideas of where's the book, and then I start to see things in the scribbles, and I'm like, oh, that would be great. That's a great thing to add. Let me mark it out now and see how it's going to work. I just don't want to create tangents, but I feel like it should be this big circular room where it's on, and there should be some kind of circular pedestal that this is like they're floating in the middle of the thing, and maybe there's these bridges or stuff that come across to this pedestal here that's for you to get up, like these like that, and that's how you get to the center pedestal where this book is on.
Yeah.
Still want to create a tangent with this dang thing, but I can always tweak that. I can make this bigger or smaller and then build a room around it, which is fine. Okay, all right. Let's leave the bunny. Let's turn this down. Let's turn this down. Oh, no, not that much. There we go. And now we need to clean this up. I gotta open this up a little bit too. Off there. Okay. You need room to open it up too, right? On the pedestal?
Yeah, because then it's just going to go tumbling off into the waters. Then
right,
we're going to lose
so
it.
It has to be wide enough to open up the book. I like this bunny for some reason with his little hand on there. Maybe I'll put a bunny in there with his little hand on the book. I think I might do that. To tell more of the story. Okay. This is where we're getting at so far. Okay, so now we have to take all of this, move it into here. I'm going to just lower this all together. So we're going to bring that down, and now we're going to do one clean. I mean, I don't really have to. I could just start laying in color, but sometimes those lines get too sloppy. But I do wind up getting original lines anyway. No, I do need a cleaner layer. I gotta turn the air down in here. It's getting hot. Please hold.
All right, so while Frank's adjusting the air, let's. I'm going to show you guys.
I'll be right back. Let me check on my maid.
Yeah, go ahead. So this is our Discord. Those of you that have been in there, I'll give you a quick little tour as my daughter's yelling at me again because she wants food because she's just like a little savage. So the very, very top on the left-hand side, you'll see some very pertinent information about the project. You'll notice this number is going to be changing as I'm pruning some members. We're getting rid of some inactive and bots that managed to sneak their way in. The Start Here section is a great area where you can learn all kinds of information about the project. So those of you that are still learning, the pre-mint info section is great. If you want to get on our pre-mint list, you'll be able to mint or buy before everybody else at a bigger discount than everybody else, but there's a minimum purchase of 10 Battle Bunnies at one time. Whitelist Info. This is a great section for you to figure out how to get on the whitelist. So you will also be able to mint or buy before the public sale, but after the pre-mint people, there'll be a discount as well for being on the whitelist. Some info here. Little how to mint section if you've never minted an NFT before. How to invite is not set up yet, but it's coming. Some general frequently asked questions for you guys to go through. What is an NFT, Ethereum, things like that. We'll continue to expand on this section for you as well, as we're going to try to educate about the space as much as possible. Of course, rules and guidelines, rules and guidance, don't be mean. The Grimoire is coming. Frank is drawing it right now, but we will have a written version of the Grimoire coming for you guys to all read very soon. We've got the Meet the Team section, which we'll be expanding on hopefully soon. Our roadmap, which is being updated every day almost with new and exciting things.
Oh, we got some new and exciting stuff for you.
Yeah, very new and exciting stuff. Then we've got our holder benefits section, which you guys don't have access to yet, but that's where we're going to put all the amazing benefits you get for owning a Battle Bunnies NFT. Sneak peek section, we put a bunch of new little bunnies in there for you guys to add as your Discord server profile picture. We've got phone background screens in here as well, some banners you can use on your social media or in your Discord. Then our community section, got the main chat. Introduce yourself is not set up yet, but that's another thing we have coming where we could all get to know each other a little bit better. If you're on the whitelist, you get a special whitelist chat. We're going to have this chat up and running soon too, which is talk with the artists, where you'll be able to ask questions specifically about art. Could be Battle Bunnies art, just any art in general. Our giveaways. If you want to help promote the project across Discord, you can come to the Shill for Us chat. There's a nice little template that you could just copy and paste if you're in other Discord servers and you want to share. Our off-topic section.
Which we would greatly appreciate.
Yeah, we would. We would greatly appreciate you helping get the word out. Off-topic section, which has crypto and NFT news. The new game section, which quite a few people have been playing. Mental health, movies and series. Maybe I should change that to TV and movies.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
TV and movies. There we go. Suggest shows, comment on shows. Pets, everybody's favorite channel. Pictures of pets. This is Doug's amazingly long-haired, adorable cows that you can see right there now. We will be having a trivia night soon. We have a trivia bot, so we'll host some trivia soon as well.
I am terrible at trivia.
Info and resources. We've got Frank's gallery of art and tattoos, Krista's gallery of art and tattoos. We will be doing a fan art contest soon, which will be going in this channel. We have our press channel, which is YouTube videos, and then suggestions where you can feel free to tell us what you like. Tell us what you want to see. This is where, right here, you can see the Monty Python Holy Hand Grenade suggestion, which Frank ended up drawing.
And is now a mythic artifact inside the Battle Bunnies set.
Yep. If you don't speak English, or if you do speak English, but you also want to communicate in another language, we have a pick your language section where you just pick the flag of the language you would like to speak. It'll open up that chat. You'll be able to communicate with people in your native language that are also in the server as well. And then if you need some help, you could open up a support ticket here, create ticket. You'll be able to communicate with the team directly and they'll help you. And then our scam section, which we're going to be revamping. All the fake Battle Bunnies projects that already exist that are trying to knock off Frank's art. Don't fall for it. Don't click it. Don't go buy it. You can find the official Battle Bunnies in the official link section. It's the only links you should ever click or go to. Don't click on any in a DM. Don't click on any you see posted here. Only the links and official links.
I think a lot of people wonder what the hell a DM is.
Yeah, DM stands for direct message. So, DM stands for direct message. So other servers encourage their users to turn off direct messages, so that way they don't get, because what'll happen is you'll get some bots or some spam where they'll start sending you direct messages like, "Oh, Battle Bunnies are minting now. Click here to get yours." It's not the real one. So it doesn't hurt to just turn off your direct messages.
But you can still get direct messages from people.
No, if you turn off direct messages, you can't get them from people at all, unless you're friends. So that you would have to add each other as a friend, and then you can get direct messages from them.
Okay. Okie doke.
Which is always safer.
Yeah, I thought I turned that off, but I guess not, because I'm still getting direct messages from randos. I don't want them.
Woo! Just in. CryptoPunk 5822 was just bought for a record 8,000 ETH. That's $23.7 million for a NFT.
That is insane.
So the Deepak is the CEO of Chainlink, which you know all about.
I do. I sold all of mine. I really want to buy my Chainlink back.
Yeah, I think this is it, right?
No, that's Link. Chainlink is Link.
Oh, okay. So he's the CEO of Chain, not Chainlink. He's the CEO of Chain, and he just bought that CryptoPunk for $23.7 million.
Huh. Wild. You go.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, look, I see color coming in. This is exciting. Oh, we've got some guests. All right, I'm gonna drop out so we don't clutter the screen up. Taylor, who is one of the newest members of the team, her husband Rick, also part of the team, are going to join you guys now and provide a little bit of entertainment while I continue to work on things behind the scenes and keep my daughter fed so she stops yelling at me.
Oh, please, because I am not a good form of entertainment.
All right, Taylor, Rick, you ready? Here we go.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can you hear us okay?
Yes, you guys are good. We can hear you.
Cool.
All right, perfect.
All right, Joey's jumping out. How's it going, Frank?
Going great. It's going great. Still working on this.
Are we on the book right now?
Yeah, we're working on the book and just filling it away. So now I'm just cleaning it up so I could start painting it and deciding on the environment for it. But we did lock something down. We spent 3 hours yesterday just running through concepts. And
yep.
Finally found something that I was happy with. Kind of fit what I was hoping or looking for. That's where we are now.
Yeah. What comes after this? After you're done outlining it, do you start to do like the color fills?
Yeah. So once this is all done, I will paint in all of my local color, which is essentially I'll pick what color each item is going to be, but there'll be no lighting or shading on it. So that's just this local color. I'll kind of just try to balance it out and pick a really nice color palette that I like to balance everything. And then once that's all done, I could go in and start creating my lighting.
That's so cool. What tools do you use? Is this like Illustrator or Photoshop? I can't see.
It's Photoshop, I think.
No, it looks like Photoshop, but it's Clip Studio Paint, which really mimics a lot of Photoshop.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
I think it's more for illustrators and more for drawing, comic book work, stuff like that, versus photo editing.
All right.
So I think it's a little more like drawing friendly.
Yeah, like Coral Painter, right?
Yes, it was exactly. I loved Coral Painter, man. And then I don't know. I don't even know if they still make it, but I just remember the last time I tried the newest version, it was eating up so much of my computer that it just wasn't running right. And then I found this program, which used to be Manga Studio, actually, and I fell in love with it. because it's so much like Photoshop. But I did love Coral Painter.
Yeah, Coral Painter was amazing.
Yeah.
This is looking cool.
Yeah, it's looking really nice.
Thank you. We're still just problem solving little issues. You guys have to entertain everybody.
I know, right? Yeah, this is looking awesome. And the story is ever evolving. Ash. Hi. Tuning in from across the pond.
Who is?
Asher.
Oh, Asher. Hey, Asher.
Yeah. You know Ash.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I only met him once, but I am looking forward to working with him more.
Yeah, he's awesome.
What I hear. But so many good things, and I'm excited to just work on animation and stuff like that. I don't know if I don't know what I'm allowed to talk about anymore. I used to be able to say whatever I wanted. Now I feel like I'm in kind of prison. I just gotta be careful what I say. So now I don't say anything anymore.
I know. I mean, don't you ever get into that? I'm sure you do because you're tattooing people, but like when you're totally in the zone on something, your hands and your brain are super focused, but you can just like talk and tell stories and have the weirdest conversations. I don't know. I'm that way. Like if I'm drawing or, doing a puzzle, like I'm like an 80-year-old woman or knitting or something. Like you can carry on these conversations if you're absorbed in the work.
Yeah.
It's always
absolutely.
fun. And then you never know what slips.
Hey, Crystal loves puzzles too, by the way.
Yeah?
She loves her puzzles, yes.
Oh my God, those are so fun.
But yeah, I do let a lot slip because it's very easy if you're talking to me and I'm distracted while drawing. Like I'll just sit here, start drawing, I'll just blurb shit out or stuff or whatever.
That's what happens.
Yeah. So it's dangerous. And so now Joey just now I don't say anything because I'm afraid of what I'm going to say. So now we just bring you guys and everybody else in here to entertain the people while I just sit here and draw.
That's what we're here for, man. Entertain the people. How can I see?
But I do love talking while I work. I do that like when I go to tattoo conventions and I'll be working at conventions and people come up to talk to me all the time.
Yeah.
And, I've really gotten into the habit of just talking to people while working. And I enjoy it.
That's so cool. Where do you draw? Like, obviously, I could probably just from my own, knowing your work, I could probably tell you where you draw some of your inspiration. But I'm curious, like, where you, like, what are your games and movies and series that help bring your art to life?
So I guess story-wise or imagination-wise, in the fantasy world, I played WoW for like 9 years.
Did you ever play that? No, he was never. This one over here is a huge gamer, but I don't know. He doesn't.
No, I've never played WoW. I obviously know it.
Yeah,
I played WoW back on dial-up. Back when, not dial-up because you couldn't play online, but I just wanted to jump in here. I had World of Warcraft way back.
Warcraft. You had Warcraft, not World of Warcraft.
No, I had. Well, yeah, I guess it would be regular Warcraft. So I had regular Warcraft back in so it had to be like the early 90s, maybe. And I also used to play Command and Conquer.
Okay.
What is that?
That it was like Russia versus the U.S. or something. It was just like Warcraft, where Warcraft was like orcs versus whatever the other
RTS, right?
Yeah, so it was like point and click. So you would send your people to go and then like in Command and Conquer, you could build like Tesla coils that would like shoot electricity. And this had to be back in like the early 90s, maybe like mid 90s. When AOL first came out, because I remember I would go on AOL, but you couldn't play online though. It was just you versus. My uncle had a Commodore 64, and
what is that?
I would play like
really?
I would play games on the Commodore 64. He had like this big thing of all these floppy disks, and you would have to put in each disc to play on the Commodore 64.
I had a Commodore 64, but I had that stupid cassette player. Do you remember the cassette? It wasn't even the floppy disk drive because that was really expensive. You had to put these cassettes in this like cassette player that hooked up to the Commodore, and then you had to type in like 327 pages of code just to watch a balloon fly across your screen. After the first time, and if you messed it up,
They had
it didn't work.
It was like Commodore 64 was the first time like root beer tapper like came out. So that's where you would like where you would like fill a drink and send it down the bar, and you would have to like that was like Commodore 64. I think was the first iteration of like the root beer tapper or beer tapper or whatever.
Do you guys remember RuneScape?
I do.
That yes, we're a little old.
Yes.
I remember having an Atari and a ColecoVision.
Wow. My earliest system was just the NES. Yeah.
I never had the ColecoVision. There was that, and there was Activision. You remember Activision? That was the other system like ColecoVision.
Yep, I also had the first generation Sega, the Sega Master System or something like that.
Yeah, no, I had Nintendo, and then the Super Nintendo.
Yep, I had all those. Yeah, I had them all.
TurboGrafx 16 came out. Remember that?
Yep.
I didn't have one of those. I had Genesis.
Yeah, but I never played World of Warcraft or any of those. But all right, I'm gonna go back to work.
So yeah, okay. So back to you were asking about the inspiration.
Yeah. So we got World of Warcraft out of the way.
Yes, that was the gaming inspiration, art styles, and all of that. That's always been some of my favorite style of art. When it comes down to like the imagination and just the fantasy stuff, my favorite author is R.A. Salvatore, and read all of his books. And that's all based on D&D. And
wait, who is it?
Based on D&D.
Who is he, or who is it that you mentioned?
R.A. Salvatore.
Oh, I don't know him.
So
he's laughing.
So yeah, the Forgotten Realms is a world inside D&D, and his books essentially created like really the stories of the world of Forgotten Realms. Yeah. And I've just been reading them since I'm young, and I haven't stopped because new ones just keep coming out every year. Those are some of my biggest inspirations in the fantasy world, and where I get ideas from. I don't know. I always loved Lord of the Rings and all of that stuff too.
So do you actually play D&D?
You know what? During COVID, I did for many years, probably from about 11 to around maybe 17 or 18, and then I didn't anymore. And then when COVID happened, all of us were home, and some buddies, we got together and we started playing on Zoom. And I got back into miniature painting and all of that stuff.
Miniature painting?
What?
We're really, I mean, we kind of started exploring miniature painting a little bit. Mostly him, but like, I just think it's so cool and you can do so much with it. I keep telling him I want miniatures of like, because we live up in New York, and so I want miniatures of the New York, like the Manhattan skyline. That would be cool.
No, I'm pretty sure he meant like cooler miniatures.
I know, like cool
like Hordes
gaming.
and Warhammer and stuff.
Okay, whatever.
So I did get into it, but I realized I'm not good at it. I mean,
it's really hard.
What? It is hard.
It's so detailed.
And the people who saw the ones that painted are like, "Oh my God, those are so good." And I'm like, "Oh my God, no, they're not." But thank you.
But they got me into Hordes, so I still haven't painted them.
What?
It's a tabletop game. It's basically like Warhammer.
Which tabletop game?
It's called Hordes.
Hordes?
Yeah, Hordes.
Okay.
There's like trolls. There's I think there's like 6 or 7 like classes or races that you choose from. I obviously went with the trolls because one of the guys rides a bear, so I bought it. And then I bought all the painting stuff, and I still haven't painted it. It's been about 4 years.
Okay, well, yeah, it lasted about 2 weeks for me. I got so into it. I bought everything, started watching all these videos, doing all this stuff, buying all this crazy brushes and everything. And then after about 2 weeks, I realized, oh my God, there's a whole new art style I need to delve into. I was like,
Yeah, it's crazy.
I quit. Yeah.
I don't blame you. I was finding ways. I was on YouTube looking up, how to paint. And it's just like, oh, now I gotta buy an airbrush. I went out and bought regular brushes, but then I realized, oh, I got the huge monsters. So to save time, that's airbrushing. Never got it.
I thought about the airbrush too. I almost bought the airbrush, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I realized I was just going to not do this anyway.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's crazy. I do do some modeling. Models, I mean.
Yeah.
Although I
modeling.
In my spare time.
Not even that. I'm supposed to go over it with a pens to make them look more realistic, and I've never it's getting into hobbies like that is just it's tiring, especially if you already got a job and this and that. But it is therapeutic, so
yeah. I was enjoying it a little bit, but then I just realized if I ever really wanted to be as good as what I was seeing, I was going to have to devote a lot of time to it. So that just didn't last.
Yeah.
But I do love everything fantasy related and everything Star Wars related.
Oh, okay. She's Star Wars. I'm not.
I mean, yeah, ish, yeah.
No, I'm obsessed. I mean, we named our dog Han Solo. So yeah, and we know I picked that name, and Krista was okay with it, which was awesome. But yeah, I've been obsessed with Star Wars since I'm a kid. That and fantasy. So sci-fi and fantasy is really all my inspiration for everything I do. Just made everybody's go the wrong direction.
All right, are you into cyberpunk at all?
You know what? Years ago, I played. I haven't played the new game. I did.
I meant the genre in general.
I like. Oh, okay, because there was what do you call it?
We don't talk about that game.
Oh no, that game was. But years ago, it was like D&D. There was Cyberpunk was built into the D&D rules and stuff. And so we used to play that years ago. Where you would create a splicer that you'd pick, and just like you would classes in real fantasy D&D, they had Cyberpunk.
All right, that's actually interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah, but as far as the Cyberpunk the game, yeah, I can't. After buying it and not being able to play it, I'm too wounded. I can't talk about it.
You know what? And I heard you could return it and get your money, but I never did, and so that one was gone.
Why was it so bad?
It was super glitchy.
That's an understatement. Super glitchy is an understatement.
Oh yeah. Unplayable. Just
yes.
And then they sort of lied to us. I don't want to bash the company because The Witcher 3 is phenomenal. But yeah, that game was just so bad. I remember putting it. I'm like, oh, the intro's cool and all, and then boom, they said it was supposed to be a huge open world. It's not. You see the same model.
It was like a fire festival for a video game because didn't everyone have such
that experience?
But everyone had such high expectations for it. I remember you were talking about it for months.
For a year, for a full year.
And it dropped, and everyone was like, "This is."
Yeah, I think I got the
horrible. You got what?
I think I still have the necklace.
Oh yeah, you got the necklace with it.
Yeah, I did. It's right here.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I don't wear it, but it's cool.
Yeah,
well, at least you got something out of it, right?
World.
Everyone, don't make the same mistake as me.
There's a lot of us, man. Yeah, I tried to play, and then after that, I eventually got the PS5, and was like, oh, now I could just upgrade it, and I was like, nah, I ain't got time for it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
But yeah, I do like the genre, that whole kind of dystopian, sci-fi kind of thing. I do like that.
Yeah, Blade Runner, yeah.
Yes, I love that show, Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
Because I know it's only a matter of time before that happens. Yeah, honestly, I'm into like a lot of different genres, but I think like the medieval fantasy
Yeah.
is
This
one of
guy
my
right here.
favorites, and then the whole kind of Star Wars, Star Trek, sci-fi is my
Yeah.
other really
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah, I'm really into like the medieval, era. I think being new to the States, she brought me to what's that festival?
You always say you're new to the States, but you've lived here for like.
We don't have that back home. We don't have the Renaissance Festival.
Oh yeah, the Renaissance Festival.
I love I have a getup. I got like leather armor. So
yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, this guy too. He has like one of those horns that you can drink out of.
It's actually right here. I have a box of stuff.
And you can like blow like a. Yeah, look at this.
Yep.
This is our.
I'm right there with you. You gotta see these boots I got.
Oh my god, yeah. And the giant like turkey legs.
Oh yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, I'm not a big turkey leg kind of guy, but I do like being there, and I do have giant pickles too.
Oh my god, they're so good. Yeah.
Yeah, they walk around with that, but I do love the Ren Fest. It's going on now here, but we just haven't had time to.
It's going on in Arizona too.
Okay, where in New York are you guys?
So we're in the city. We're in Queens.
Oh, okay.
But I'm from Arizona originally, and then he's from Toronto originally.
Okay.
So Canadian over here.
You noticed that she didn't. Pardon?
And you guys live in Manhattan?
We did. Now we're in Queens.
Oh,
yeah,
Queens.
we lived
That's why you just said Queens.
Yeah, it was fun up there for a while, and then you look around and realize like you live in 9 square feet at all times. Yeah. So
you pay a fortune for those 9 square feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were up there for a while. We reaped a lot of the benefits of living in the city and going out every day and partying and stuff like that. And then we just needed more space. So I mean, still not much more space, but
yeah, I don't miss New York at all.
Yeah,
I miss my family up there, but I do not miss New York.
Yeah. So are you from here? What's your background?
I'm from Brooklyn originally.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
So I was born there, and I lived there for 30 years, and then I moved out to South Florida 15 years ago. Yeah. Wow,
oh, nice. Okay. Years. Were you tattooing in Brooklyn?
Yes, I was. I started tattooing 1997, November of 97.
Oh, cool.
So we're going on to almost 25 years right now.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
It's been a long road for me. And now this is honestly, what I'm doing right now and what we're doing as a team and all of us on board, this is has always been a dream for me, and I think this is what me and Krista always wanted to do. I mean, this is essentially what we went to school for.
Yeah.
But tattooing became our careers, so that's what we focused on. But now just having this opportunity to be able to do this is unreal.
Well, really, like this whole space has opened up the door for a lot of artists to, have like a digital footprint now and be able to make money and make a living off of their art online as well, where the last few decades it's hard to do like without social media and all of the things that have started to make life easier for us, spread the word, build a community.
And at one time Instagram was good. When Instagram first came out, that is what really helped me blow up my tattoo career. I was on there all the time and all of that. And then maybe about 3-4 years ago, I kind of gave up. I was like, I can't keep up with this. I don't know what's going on with it. I just gave up on it. I never posted.
It's a lot, yeah.
And now I feel like I was like, I don't know how else to get my art out there anymore. And then this came about, and it's like, oh my God, this I can do. And all the Instagram stuff, we got you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I can never go on to, but I'm enjoying this YouTube, like just being on here with people. I'm really enjoying this. I'm loving this.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what's so cool is those speed draws too. I'm so captured by them I'm always scrolling through like TikTok or Instagram, and my recommended pages are always those. It's
the
like
speed drawings.
it's the speed drawings, and it's the like the mental health quote cards, and it's the weird ASMR stuff on the internet. And now NFTs. So
Yeah,
that's
that's I'm seeing a ton of the NFT stuff now all over.
totally.
My Instagram's always popping up and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I followed a lot of mini painters too on Instagram for a while.
Oh, same.
On what?
Mini painters on Instagram.
Oh yeah. I know. I've seen.
I was on the. I followed mini painting, and I'm like, oh, these are so cool. These are so cool. And then I still follow it on Reddit, but that's it.
But YouTube, I think, really for me became the way to go for all the stuff that I wanted to watch, like the speed painting you're talking about. I'd watch, like illustrators and digital painters on YouTube. I gave up on Instagram a long time ago.
I know.
I don't understand it anymore.
It's because there's just everything all the time. It's you go on Instagram and there's a million features, it's both amazing and overwhelming.
Yeah, and then you post something and nobody, like that you want to show everybody that follows you and nobody sees it, and then
yeah, totally.
Like, screw this.
Yeah.
I gave up. I don't post anymore. And now we're doing it again. So now I'm posting, and it's just gonna be all Battle Bunnies on my Instagram.
Exactly.
You're like, wait, he's a tattoo artist. I won't see any more tattoos on my hand. It's just gonna be all Battle Bunny stuff all over the place.
Are any of your brushes like custom brushes that you've created?
Yes, some are. The ones I'm working with now, no. This is one just I think this. I don't know where I got this. It's like a full pencil set, so I don't know who I got them from. But I did create, and then I have some sets that I bought. But then I do no, not here. Down here, like all these like tree brushes and probably from here, the tree trunk and down. I started creating my own like environmental brushes, just to make it easier. Yeah, for me to paint environments and stuff.
How long have you been digital painting?
I think I started, I think it was like Photoshop 6. I don't know how long ago that was.
Like 2012?
No,
way before.
No,
that.
CS6?
No, not CS, like
Photoshop
6.
Oh,
Photoshop
okay.
6.
You're talking about maybe like super. I got into Photoshop in Photoshop 9. That was 2002 or 3, but let's say 2004, 2005, just before it hit 10, and then 10 turned into CS or Creative Studio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I don't even know. I've never had it.
I'm trying to think of what year.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
It's gotta be, because I remember when I was first messing around with it and learning it, I was playing a game called Lineage. Not Lineage 2, which came out later on. Lineage. And this was before World of Warcraft came out. And I would hang out and I would draw the characters of the people in my like alliance, and I would do them in Photoshop.
That's fun.
So I don't know how long ago that game came around. So it was before World of Warcraft. It was
my brother used to play that.
Legion?
No,
so that was like 2002.
No, not Legion. Lineage.
Oh, Lineage. My bad. Hold on.
So that's really when I started, but I didn't have, I was learning. I had one of those old tablets, like the drawing tablets.
Mm-hmm.
So I was learning kind of from there, and it was very, I guess, primitive, my understanding of it.
Yeah, so like late 90s, early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah, because Lineage came out in 98. That's the one I'm looking at, yeah.
So if it's Lineage 1, then it was around that time is when I started to mess around with Photoshop and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Photoshop 6, where it was the one you could get at the time.
Yeah, and it was like the box, right? Like you had to install it
Yes.
in your hard drive, like on your computer with a disk.
Yep.
Yep.
Everything had to be installed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I still have some of those on my bookshelf because that's just the way he always did it. I have a Manga Studio still in the box. Like, I still have like Microsoft Office. I have in the box on my shelf.
Oh yeah. No, he's the same way. Everything has to be like the original box version. Like he won't do digital games. They have to be.
I hate cloud service. I don't. You know. Plus, I'm a collector myself, so you know.
Yep. Then I'm the same. So I'll buy my games. I'll go to GameStop and buy my games instead of just downloading them onto the PlayStation or whatever, because I like having
the hard copy.
Yeah.
I love it. The last couple games I had to get cloud service, but I'm very upset. Eventually, I'll go in and just buy it just so I could keep it wrapped up.
I loved when you used to be able to just go in and buy PC games and have the box and it had a little book in it and all that stuff. And you'd read the book while you were waiting for it to install.
Oh, it's an experience.
Yeah.
It's like old CDs even, which like you could take out. You used to take out like the whole cover or the jacket of the CD case and like read through it. Sometimes there would be like really dope like posters or like artwork that you could like paste out. I don't know. I was
the lyrics on that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I love collecting stuff. Chris, I'll tell you. My house is full of stuff that I've been collecting.
What are your collections?
One of my favorite, let's see. So, one of my favorite collections is probably my lightsaber collection.
Oh, okay.
Your what?
Lightsaber.
My lightsaber
collection.
Yeah, I have. What?
Joey.
Hey, I heard lightsabers.
Yeah, I'm talking about my lightsaber collection.
I have 2 of them.
You have 2 of what?
2 lightsabers.
Did you guys go to that site that you could like change out the light bulbs and stuff? I don't know what the name of the site is, but I know you could like.
So I have one that you can't change. It's just Luke Skywalker's lightsaber. And then I have one where I did Savi's workshop and I built my own lightsaber. And that one you can change the kyber crystal out on.
Which one did you build? I got mine too.
I did the elemental one, and I did the one that looks like it's a bantha tooth.
Oh, okay, that was like the nature, right?
Yeah, I think it's elemental or something. Yeah, so I chose mine. Looks like a bantha tooth.
Okay, yeah, mine was defense, and all of those are from the actual game. By the way, the ones you create.
Say that again.
They're from the game.
Yeah.
So I did that one too. I did the defense one though, but I did I was tossed between those 2. Which one?
I think I chose. What color kyber crystal did you choose?
Blue.
I think I chose purple.
Okay. Oh my God! So I remember we were in there and I was doing it. Crystal recorded the whole thing, dude. I got teary-eyed and very emotional.
Oh, I did too. I cried 100%.
So Crystal's filming me, right? And everybody's picking their crystals, and at the end, you know how they tell you that everybody light their saber and hold it up, right?
Yep.
And it was 2 red sabers, and everybody. One of them was this old lady that was in there with the red saber, and I was like, "All right." Like you can everybody pick her. She's just a little old lady. She went Sith, and I was like, "All right, right on."
I did it. I actually did it when the annual pass holders had the free preview.
Yeah.
So I actually got to do it during my annual pass holder preview before the land even opened to the public.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we recorded the whole thing, and we were going to put it up on YouTube, but then I was like, no, because I don't want to be that guy that ruins it for other people.
Yeah.
So we never put it up, but yeah, I got to do it before the land even opened. It's amazing. It's probably, I've done a lot of things at Disney. That's probably the most immersive, the most exciting project you can do, I think.
Yeah.
Like when you're at Disney, out of all the things you could, we did a behind the scenes at Animal Kingdom where we did with the elephants and but that whole experience, I mean, it lasted 15 minutes. It was long. Awesome. The actors, everything. I mean, you get goosebumps and your heart flutters. And if you're a Star Wars fan, there's really nothing It was amazing.
I mean, you
Really
get to
amazing.
build a lightsaber.
What?
You actually get to build your own lightsaber.
I know,
mean,
it's
you
crazy.
Can't,
The
but
guy
yeah,
I was gonna say the guy we had that like was leading us, like telling the story, was amazing.
that's cool. Yeah, dude, I had a great time doing that. The droid, I was kind of underwhelmed with the droid factory. And building my own droid.
Yeah, I didn't even do it. I mean, I'm gonna spend all that money to build a droid to sit on my shelf.
Well,
Now, if they were bigger, I'm totally down. But these tiny little things, I'm good.
Do they move around?
What?
Yeah, you can control them.
You can control them and move them around and stuff.
Yeah, there are people like driving around the park and stuff. Yeah.
But Krista wanted me to have the experience because that was my first time in Galaxy's Edge. I had waited so long, and so we literally there was just these points where I would just sit down inside Galaxy's Edge. I would just sit there and just stare at everything. I was gonna text and message all my artists at the shop and be like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna be getting a job here, and you're on your own." It's gonna move into Galaxy's Edge.
I would 100% totally take a job working in Galaxy's Edge.
I'm gonna sweat Galaxy. I don't care. Like, just give me a job. I just want to get a cool outfit and hang out here all day.
Yep, 100%.
But yeah, when they come, I'll show you. I got a lot of lightsabers, dude. I have two. I have like a whole display, a lit up display of all the light side lightsabers, and then a whole lit up display of all the dark side lightsabers.
How many do you have?
12, 13.
Nice.
And then I have the holocube.
Oh, the holocron.
The holocrons. I have all the crystals, and I got all these like custom stands for the lightsabers. And then, so you asked me what do I collect? Yeah, that's probably one of my best collections. And then I like collecting statues too. So like I have a lot of the Overwatch statues.
Overwatch, like the game?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Those Blizzard statues are beautiful.
Oh wait, hold on. Taylor wants to give a nice send off goodbye to everybody.
Nice and yeah, guys. I gotta jump. We got a baby who's up from a nap. So I know, but we're gonna keep tuning in.
I also just like upgraded my phone, and I don't know, like it literally took me, I want to say 3 hours, because like 1:30ish.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer than that. I don't know how to transfer everything over. I'm trying to download iTunes. It's not letting me upload it.
Oh boy.
Technology.
I love technology.
I'm getting a really cool Where's Waldo vibe right now.
Yeah, I know. It's like psychedelic Waldo.
Oh, I got a story. I got a cool story.
Right, with the sweatshirt and everything. It's like,
yeah. Yeah, he actually wore that out one night, and who did you see? You saw some one of like a guy from SNL came up to him and kept joking around saying, "Oh, where's Waldo?"
Like,
and he did it like a dozen times throughout the night. He's like, "Okay, you can stop now."
Well, dude, I'll tell you, anytime you want to come hang out and geek out, I'm down.
Yes.
Perfect.
This one, hey, you didn't even get him talking about Magic the Gathering on this call, because this one will go for like.
I've always wanted to play and learn how to play, but I just haven't had the patience or anybody to like teach me how.
I got into it for a while, man.
I'll teach you.
Yeah.
Hearthstone came out, and it just made life easy because I could just sit there with my iPad and play Hearthstone.
Do you play it with real cards or do you play digital?
So.
All right, I'm going, but you guys can chat first.
Okay.
I knew he wasn't going anywhere.
I know, right? Like, this is the future. All right.
So, I've played Arena. So I actually got in when it was Duels of the Planeswalker, it was like the introduction to get people hooked. I mean, it works on the Xbox. It was Xbox, PC, and PlayStation. From there, I went to a local game store, bought everything. Stopped playing around 2014. Got back into it in 2015. Because it was a really cool set. It was like just like dragons everywhere. Dragons of Tarkir, Khans of Tarkir. in 2000 and I want to say 18, they were letting people sign up for MTG Arena. I played it for the first 3 months. I liked it. I'm a card guy. Like I need the physicalness of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like
if I was gonna play, I would probably want to play the card game. Like sit across the table from somebody, look them in the eyes, crush their soul.
Oh, 100%. Now that's interesting that you say that. My big issue with Arena, I mean, I know there is MTGO online, but I think I got into the game too late.
I did try that too.
You did try it?
Yeah, I did. I played it for a little bit.
That's the thing. Like, it's not that I do play a lot of Commander, which is supposed to be casual. I do play competitive EDH as well with my competitive EDH players. But
is this cards or is this digital?
Oh, so that's the thing. So with Arena, Arena's standard historic, which is the type of format it is, and Brawl is cool and all, but it's just trying to be Commander. I don't want them like Wizard Coast are gonna now send me an email like you can't say that.
Do you actually take people's cards?
No, so that was a thing from the early 90s. There was a mechanic called ante up, something like that, and you would typically you would put up cards on the table, like, oh, you got to pull out 3 cards, random cards out of your deck, and put on the table, and those cards are up for ante.
So it's like winner takes all kind of thing.
Yeah, usually I think in tournaments it was just for the round. I haven't been around that long of playing Magic to know if that was the rules, but I feel like it would be kind of like, mean to do that.
Well, Star Wars has a version
I got into those too.
of Magic the Gathering. It's very similar. Like everybody has there's like, because I go to all the Star Wars conventions and there's always like a game room, and there's always literally like one room where it's just people playing the card style game but Star Wars, and it's literally just the same as Magic the Gathering, but it's all Star Wars characters.
That's interesting. I gotta check that out.
Dude, I bet you I still have those at my mom's house in Brooklyn. Those came out years ago. If you're talking about the same ones I'm thinking, like years ago. I was still working in a video store at the time they came out. Before I was even tattooing. Is that what you're talking about? Because
I mean, yeah, but now there's been more versions of them that have come out since then.
Oh, 98. I think Wizards of the Coast actually.
So Star Wars card.
It was awesome.
Game. So it's called
customizable card game.
Hold on. Star Wars the card game. Right? Is this it? Hold on. They have so many games now. They have like one. It's kind of like, which was really cool, which I saw there. It's kind of like Risk. So it's Star Wars, but it's like Risk on this giant map that's like, I mean, absolutely massive. And you have like ships stuff. And you have to like they have the amount of games they have for Star Wars now are incredible.
I've played a Risk, but it was Game of Thrones.
Yeah, this one's called like Star Cruiser something, and you have to like build up your ships, and it's crazy. Yeah, so this says, here it is. So it's called.
I've seen that too.
Yeah, it's called Star Wars the card game. It takes 30 to 60 minutes, 2 players, and it's head-to-head. And then there's all these different packs you can get. The Hoth pack, Echoes of the Force, Rogue Squadron. And it's just like, I think it's just like playing Magic the Gathering, but with Star Wars.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the cards.
There was back then, there was a card called These Aren't the Droids You're Looking For. Like, all of them were scenes from the original Star Wars movie. That's what they were originally. So I'm guessing they expanded on all of that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, I never. Yeah.
Yeah, when you go to the Star Wars conventions, it's like huge tournaments and.
That sounds good. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, honestly, like when I met her, I think the new Star Wars came out, the last trilogy that just happened, and she's like, oh, I like Star Wars. You like Star Wars? And I'm like, I don't mind it. Like if you give me like.
Well, that's kind of like sacrilege around here, buddy.
Yeah. You better be careful. Choose your next words wisely.
Well, yeah,
I like swords. I like steel swords. You know.
I like steel swords.
Although it is cool, I am into like I do like the genre of like cyberpunk. You know, the whole. I don't know. People.
Think before you speak, Rick. I'm just kidding.
Although, you know, TIE fighters are cool though, right?
TIE fighters are cool.
You could come in and hang out and geek out with us anytime. You do that?
Are you a Star Trek guy, Rick?
You know what? No.
No?
But my dad is. My dad
Yeah,
is
he's a Trekkie?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Star Trek. I remember being like 4 or 5 years old, and it was just the scene of the ship. I don't know the name of the ship. I'm sorry.
The Enterprise?
The Enterprise.
Oh my God, Rick, you're kind of ruining all your street cred with the geeks right now.
Let's talk about swords.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I have what's his name? Thranduil's sword from Lord of the Rings. I have that hanging up.
Well, Bobby just joined us. He said it would be cool to add 2 bunny ears coming out of the portal of the Grimoire.
Bunny ears.
Coming out of the portal.
You know, I don't know about the bunny ears, but what if this would be fun?
Well, you talked about having a bunny on the side with his hand like.
Yeah, look, put a little bunny up there with his hand on it. Right, what else I could do? Hold on, is this a blank layer before I scroll something? Pick a dark blue. What if we just...
It's funny, Ash coming in, I can't draw. Yeah, but you know what? He's like, I can't draw for she, but you can do some amazing things with animation that none of us can do. So you know what? It's we appreciate your skills.
Look, little bunny paws. Coming out of shit, right? We could just put like these 2 little bunny paws, and maybe, you know what? Maybe...
Oh, I like that.
And like just part of it, the portal's coming around, and then maybe you could see like these ears there too, like just part coming out of the portal or something. And maybe some eyebrows. Right, and the portal's like he's coming out.
Yeah. And
then this one's here, and he's gonna open the book. I don't know. Let's not get carried away with bunnies right now. I'm focusing on a book, guys. But there's always like little things you could throw in. Absolutely. But I do need to somewhat focus.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, I gotta go. It was fun.
Yeah.
The book looks great. Like.
Thanks for hanging out and chatting, Rick.
No problem.
Go do your Star Wars homework before.
Yeah, we're gonna go send you.
You know what? I'm gonna go watch it from the beginning.
We're gonna go send you a bunch of stuff you need to research.
But the best ones I heard it's 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be honest. As a Star Wars fan, I don't dislike any of the movies because I can just appreciate like what it is, right? I feel like the people, you know, we could talk about it for hours, but I love them all. They all bring something that I think is interesting,
and I love. It's part of the story, right? You can't be upset about.
You're complaining to me about 2 episodes of Boba, Joey. Okay?
Yeah. Well, I'm not happy about that. Hey, Rick. Hey, look into Gods Unchained when you get a chance.
Unchained?
So it's a Magic the Gathering style game, but it's with NFTs. So it's a play to earn game where it's a card game. I think you play it on your phone. So it's just like Magic the Gathering. It's called Gods Unchained, and you earn tokens and you earn NFTs, and then you can sell those NFTs and tokens and earn money for playing.
See, like this is interesting, and that's why I appreciate the NFT trading games. You know, like in Arena, you can't trade. Like, and
they have a whole marketplace. They have a whole marketplace set up. So like if you win an NFT or maybe unlock an NFT or whatever, and you don't need it or want it, you can sell it on their marketplace for their token. And then their token is traded at a specific value. So you earn tokens by playing. So the game is actually by playing the game, you're mining tokens for them. You're the miner. And then
that makes sense.
Yeah. So, and then those tokens are traded on an exchange. So you just for playing Gods Unchained, which is just like Magic the Gathering, but whatever. You're getting paid. You're making money.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of Hearthstone.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
My friend literally plays it all day at work. He's so addicted. But check it out. Let us know what you think about it. Because I was gonna try to play, but I don't have the time.
Definitely, I'll do that work.
Yeah. Thanks, Rick.
All right, take care, guys.
See you, buddy.
Man, great talking to you.
Good talking to you guys.
Yeah, why were you not happy with those 2 episodes of Boba?
Because here's my opinion.
Me
Okay.
and Joe were talking smack about you, and you're complaining about those episodes.
So here's my opinion. I've waited not 40 years, right? Because I wasn't there for that movie. I was a little too young. So whatever, like 30 years. I don't know how long since I remember when I first saw that. But most people have waited like 40 years to find out what happened to Boba Fett, the story, where he's been, what he's been doing. Okay. I think they did an incredible job until they got to episode, what was it, 4 and 5 or 5 and 6, when they completely forgot to talk about Boba Fett.
No,
Like,
they were tying in the story.
No, but you didn't have to waste 2 whole episodes of 7 episodes.
People
Listen.
realized that this was Mandalorian 2.5. And
Yeah,
it was
but
just Boba's
I don't
story.
want Mandalorian 2.5. I wanted the Book of Boba.
I was okay with that, though.
Like that whole.
I waited longer than you. We're the same age, or I'm older than you.
Yeah, you're a little older than me.
All right, so I waited longer than you, and I'm happy.
Yeah, but
You're
here's the
older
thing.
than
That
me,
whole episode where he, like, the dark saber, and he was training with the dark saber,
That was awesome.
and then he got. I'm not saying it wasn't good. Like, it was awesome, but it's not what I wanted when I'm turning on my TV to watch the Book of Boba Fett. It's literally called the Book of Boba Fett.
That Rolling Stone song, Joey.
Which
The
one?
Rolling Stone song. How does it go? You can't always get what you want. I think.
Yeah, you can't always get what you want.
There you go, buddy.
Listen, I thought the whole Sand People thing, like, I thought all that was amazing. I thought, like, I literally, I thought everything was amazing about it. I just did not really enjoy straying away from Boba Fett's story so much in those 2 episodes. That was it. And I understand what they were doing, because let's be real, the Mandalorian is their moneymaker. That's what everybody wants. Grogu, all that stuff.
Dude, I mean, look, years ago there was books about Boba Fett, and then you gotta look at it this way too. There was books about him, and then all of a sudden Disney took over, and none of that is canon anymore, right? So there's so many books that I read over the years about all of this, just to find out that none of that existed, and I didn't get upset. I was like, and you know what? They're great legends and stories. Fine, we're going in a different direction. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because a lot of the stuff in the books you can't bring to TV, or like, I know I'm not the only person. I would love a Thrawn series.
Dude, now there was the original books about Thrawn. I don't know if they kept the original ones as canon, but I loved them when they came out. Now I read the new ones, and those are fantastic too. So I think that they are making a live version of Thrawn, aren't they?
I don't know. I feel like they
into Ahsoka. That was the whole point. Why she mentioned him in the last season of Mandalorian.
I feel like there is. Maybe we'll see her. Maybe we'll see. I mean, we'll see him when we get Ahsoka's.
That's what I was just saying. I think that they talked about who they're casting. What's his name? His brother. Oh my God, something Madsen. No. Oh my God, I can't think of his name now. I think it's the guy who does the voice of Thrawn.
Lars Mikkelsen.
Yes, I think that's who is actually going to play him. It's from what the last thing I heard.
Oh no, it says Ray Stevenson.
Right? Is it really?
Ray Stevenson is going from sailing the oceans to sailing the spaceways. The actor who last appeared on History Channel's Vikings has joined Ahsoka, the next Star Wars live-action series gearing up to go into production at Lucasfilm.
Ray Stevenson was also in Rome, too. Am I thinking about the right guy?
Let me see here. Hold So he played. Let's
Yeah,
see.
he was in Rome, and he was also the Punisher too. He was on an old Punisher movie.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who he was in Vikings. He was.
I know him from Rome, not from. I don't remember him in Vikings.
Yeah, I'm trying. What was his character in Vikings? I don't even. Hold on. Let's see. Stevenson. Filmography.
I'm trying to create this. I want to create this cool perspective, and I'm trying to think of how I want.
He's been in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I like him. But the first time I ever seen him was in Rome.
We're watching. We started Gamora the other day.
Gamora?
Gamora, yeah.
What do you mean Gamora? She has her own show?
No. The show about it's about the Italian mafia in Naples.
Oh, it's not about Gamora from Guardians of the Galaxy?
No, it's not that Gamora. Oh, okay. So he was out there. That's who he was. Remember in Vikings, he was out there, the one that said
I'll be back.
the one that was on the boat with what's his name, the oldest son.
Oh my God, Bjorn?
No, not his oldest son. The second oldest son.
I remember Ivan and Bjorn. And
He married Bjorn's wife. He was his brother, but he ended up with Bjorn's wife. Remember?
I'll tell you what. I started the season after Ragnar died, and then me and Krista quit.
Okay, so he was Bjorn was the oldest. That was from Lagatha. Then when he left Lagatha, he ended up with the other chick who was like the princess sorcerer or whatever, and had kids with her. And it was the oldest son from her. So Bjorn was with that chick and had a kid, and then him and her split up, and then his brother ended up with her, and then they sailed to America, and Ray Stevenson played Othere, which
that's why I don't remember him on there.
Yeah, it was like the last season 6 maybe.
Okay.
Have you seen The Last Kingdom?
No, that was the newest show that came out, right?
No, it came out around the same time. Let me see. It came out around the same time as Vikings, but it was on a different channel. They're about to release another season, or it's like a prequel. The Last Kingdom came out in 2015 on the History Channel. Vikings came out 2013. So they're about the same time, but The Last Kingdom is about Vikings and England and all that stuff too. It's really good.
Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to figure out which layers I need to keep. So this is where we're going to work from here. This. That's the pedestal. We'll go above that. All right, so you know what? Hold on. This is how I'm going to start this. Gotta bear with me here.
What time is Krista done tattooing today?
You know, that's a good question. I don't know.
She's just doing one big piece today?
I don't know what she's doing. Let me see. Where do I want my light coming from? I think I'm going to do that. I like that. Okay. I'm going to do that. That's where we're going to pull it from. That's what we're doing, Joey. Got it? Cool.
I like it. Good.
All right, cool.
I want to see more detail, more color. I know it's coming later, but I'm just really excited for that.
Yeah, I'm starting now with this is how I plan it out. So I'm picking where I'm going to direct my light from, and just to get an idea. And then I will now pull another layer, and I want to create stone. So right now, I got to build from the ground up, right? Essentially, that's what I'm going to do. Actually, we need to let's pull all of this out like that. We're going to take this And I'm going to turn this down. So I need to start building from the ground up because I don't want to have to paint around stuff later. So I'll essentially start laying in the colors of the things I need now. Is going to, this is the pedestal, right? I didn't put the runes in. I'll do the glowing runes later. We'll add those in and all of that. But the rest, we're good to go on the drawing now. I got it laid out. I'll figure out the background a little more, but I know that I want this circular room there. I really think that's going to give it a great feel to everything. And I'll worry about the bunnies later. We could just use some natural rough shapes. This doesn't need to be, these lines don't need to be perfect, right? We're just creating this kind of textured edges. And I'll show, I know somebody asked me, how do I create, well, I'll show you after, but I'll paint.
So what are you doing right now?
The pedestal.
But you're coloring the pedestal?
Yeah, I'm pulling in the local color of the palette, the actual color of, it's the base color. It's the stone color that this pedestal.
Okay, got it.
Right, this just makes it easy for me. This is with no light, no shadow, no nothing. It's this stone pedestal. And then I will bring in genuine stone textures, and then I'll paint them in. So sometimes, I could sit here I could pull up reference of a stone texture, right? And I could sit here for hours and hours just painting in texture, or I could actually bring in texture and use it as a roadmap to paint on top of.
Yeah, because you could import textures, right?
Well, yes, but it's not real. So, you know what? Here, I'll show you real quick. What I'm going to do is going to be a very rough idea of what I did.
Because you have a brush that's like a stone brush, and it just kind of puts the texture on for you.
Yes. Hold on. I need some more blue lines. Give me 1 second. Yes and no. I'll show you. No. Yeah, watch. And I don't normally do this step till later, but I'll just do a rough, quick idea of it for you, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So I will open up this and say, okay, I like this genuine rock texturing, right? It's a little too light for me, so which I could do it. So look, let me just do this now. I'm going to pull down some more darks. Just gray it out a little bit. Maybe I want to, I don't know, bring in a little blue. So I could put a layer on top of it. I will fill it in this kind of blue. This, and then I will multiply this, create that, and turn it down a little bit. But now just, because this is the stone I'm going to use, right? And then I will kind of merge these two. And now, what I can do, see, I want to take this, I painted this all as one. Let's say I just want this tablet here. All right? Let's pick. Actually, no, I should do this. I'll do this after. Hold on. I got an idea. Well, usually I just do this. Just take that shape. All right. That's approximately the size of it. And then I will copy that. And I will go on top of this layer. I will paint it here. Do this here like this. And then we'll edit and do, you know what, let's try that. We want to get it to kind of fit the perspective a little better.
So will you paint on top of that now?
Yep. I'll just use this as a kind of like a reference layer, right?
Okay.
I'll show you in a second. Got to be patient, man. There's a lot. I'm doing this fast to kind of show you, give you an idea.
Yeah.
But I will shape this to the whole thing. It's not, normally I take my time and I'll make the selection of what I really want to do in here, and I'll cut it out, which would probably be easier to do than do this. Hold on, because my thing is saving now. It's doing its auto save. I don't know what time. Let me see. Did my phone go off? Oh no. Okay. So let's just. Let me just get rid of this. I'm gonna do it easier this way. Bring this in. Deselect it. Take this. Bring this whole layer in. Bring it all into right here. So we can just take a little section of it. I need to upgrade, man. I usually do this stuff on my own time so that people don't have to sit and watch my computer load and do all this wonderful pain stuff. Probably do the bottom part too, but I'll use another a different texture there underneath that. Yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff is time consuming. I don't think people realize like there's this process of doing it, but this actually saves, because all that texture, I could sit there and paint in and mimic and do all this stuff, or I can just kind of give myself a roadmap to work from, and I learned this from watching a lot of digital artists and painters. I had no idea, and I would usually spend all this time painting in this crazy texture, and I'm like, how did they get this realistic texture so fast? And then I just realized this is exactly what they were doing. And I was like, well, I feel silly now.
I think Bobby's heading to bed.
Oh, Bobby, all right. You get some rest, buddy.
Sleep well, buddy. See you tomorrow.
I'll show you this trick next time you join us.
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
What's up, sir?
How's it going?
It's good. It's good.
I'm going to head out. It was a pleasure, Frank.
Wait a minute. You got me started on this and now you're leaving, Joey?
Yeah, I'll check it out later. I got to go tend to the wife and the baby. She just got home from work.
Sweet.
Your wife and baby.
All right, guys.
We'll see you, man. We'll see you. That's what it is, man. You're so crazy. You draw so much that we have to come in spurts. We have to. We're like passing the baton, and you're still racing.
I see that. Okay, let's shut that off now. We don't need that. So now, there we go. This is what Joey was asking me, and I was trying to show him kind of how I'll start to build texture onto here.
Mm-hmm. There's always some tricks to the trade, right?
Yeah, these are little nifty tricks that I learned watching other digital artists create these like realistic textures.
we can switch the music in here too. So if anybody ever has any requests or DJs, we got different stuff, man. What you wanted me to play a little bit different ones? Can you tell me which one you like, Frank?
What? Go ahead, man. Yeah, whatever you like. I'm good. I'm gonna now that Joey left, I'm not gonna worry about that texture. I'm gonna continue doing the job I was doing.
I got you, man.
Go ahead. You play DJ, sir. You do whatever you need to do.
Oh, this is for you. Yeah. So we'll start off with there. But just so everybody knows, if you want to any music requests.
Check out my little doggy.
What do we got here? So we got some acoustic cinematic. Let's see. Dance pop. Depends what the mood, man. And what the vibe is.
It's getting hot up in here. I have to turn the air down.
Yeah, me too, man. Nah, no dance pop right now. But here are the options. Daydreaming. You've had some guests in here, man. It was cool to see. Obviously, Joey's always a star of the show and the stuff. But it was cool to see Ashman Tunes popping in with some comments and from England and Tay and Ricky jumping in here and saying hello.
That was awesome. We got to meet Ricky because that was the first time I got to meet him, and we started geeking out. And then when he started telling us he don't really watch Star Wars and stuff, we had to kick him out.
He went from geeking out to ganging up on him. It's and I put that in our Discord main chat. Is it Star Wars versus Star Trek? So we'll see if anybody responds.
He doesn't like either of them.
He doesn't like either of them.
No, and so we're like, oh, dude, you gotta go do homework.
Got you.
But yeah, we had a blast talking to him. He's great, man.
Yep.
And then, but that's great. Yeah, I like them both. But overall, I'm mainly a Star Wars fan.
What's your Discord name? So obviously, Discord channel. But what's your Discord name? Is it just Frank Lanatra? Lanatra? What is it?
Yeah, it's just I think it's in our Discord. It's just it's Frank, isn't it?
I don't know, man.
So that way everybody knows it's Lanatra. It's my last name.
All right, so Lanatra.
Yeah, that way everybody can just find me.
I think. And you're a Viking. Taylor is Tay, and she's a sorcerer, I think. And Ricky, sorceress. And then Ricky is like what is his name? ADZ, and he's a shaman. So, and then I'm John Opley. I'm a pirate for now, but I could be wooed away if anybody wants. But yeah, man, all these people. So more and more people will pop up, and certainly if anybody in the community ever wants to jump on one of these things and watch you live and talk, just let us know in the Discord. But now you can put a face, a voice, a conversation to the Discord usernames.
I love that, dude. I love that we're just bringing in the community to hang out with us and be a part of everything. As opposed to us just sitting up here, talking. And I love telling everybody about the project, absolutely. But just the fact that, they could come in and be a part of it and tell us about their journey with us through this project is I think is amazing.
Yep.
Oh, my doggy wants. No, that's why I walked you, buddy, right before we went live. He's being spoiled. He knows he's going to just crying at me now to go out. It's not that he has to go to the bathroom or anything because we just went 2 hours ago. It's just that he loves being out there.
You guys walk your dogs more than I've seen anybody walk their dogs. They're always going out.
It's the guilt trip, dude. And I always just I tell Kristen, no, he's got to learn. Like, you can't just come here and give you these puppy dog eyes, cry at you, and then all of a sudden we just, okay, we go out. And I know he's not hungry because I fed them right before.
Yep.
Krista feels bad. It's their mom. She said, no, he needs to go out. No, he likes it. And he does. He loves being outside. He's got his friends outside.
Yep.
Like the mayor of the neighborhood.
So were both you and Krista always animal lovers, or did one kind of help the other get to become the crazed animal lovers that you both are?
Okay, so a little of both, actually. So we always loved animals, but I never really had pets, right? And when we first got Honey, Well, where we were living in Fort Lauderdale at the time, we weren't allowed to have pets there. Nobody. You guys could probably hear him. That's his pathetic little whine of "Daddy, take me out." So I never really had pets, and where we lived, we couldn't have them. And Krista always had pets. She always had cats and stuff. And so when we finally were moving to Hollandale, we found these condos that were pet friendly for small dogs. So we were building into the woods, the first shop at the same time that we were moving. And so I had my sister go out and surprise Krista and let her pick out a dog. And the one thing we didn't want, now I didn't know much about dogs at the time. And yes, I did always draw animals and always had a love for animals, but just never really knew about having a pet, or a dog. But we did know that we didn't want a female dog because everybody said, "Oh, don't get a female, get a boy. They're easier, this, that." And Krista wanted a cute little fluffy Pomeranian, right? And somehow, Krista met Honey, this female little Chihuahua. Out of all the dogs that she tried, she had made eye contact with Honey. And Honey, she said, "Oh, let me see. That was the last thing we wanted. It was a little female Chihuahua because they're yappers, they were all of this stuff." And so the girl gave Honey to Krista, and she just kind of they made eye contact. She's like, "All right, let me see that one," and she just wound up curling up in Krista's lap and going to sleep. And it's kind of like she picked her. And I remember she brought her home, and I was like, "Okay, it's your responsibility. I don't want a pet, we got so much going on, we're building the shop, all this stuff." And I don't remember exactly what Krista said to me, but it was this 2-pound little thing, and she had just curled up on my neck. And I guess Krista, the way she made it was like that, we're her whole world, and that's all she has. And I don't know, dude, I fell in love with her, and she became my whole world. It was like such a flip of things. It was no longer that we were her whole world. She was now my whole world.
Yep.
And that was it. And I fell in love with her. And she's become, and ever since we got Han, Honey's become she's just like my little princess. She's with me all day long, every day. She's got her own chair in my office. She has to be next to me at all times. And I'm kind of the same. It's like I just want her around at all times. And she's good. She'll sleep with you. She's and then we got Han Solo, and he's a scoundrel, man. He lives up to his name. And he's a wild little boy. And so, yeah, I guess my love of pets, kind of changed in that sense.
In the so I guess when people get a Battle Bunny, they can add to the backstory. Would you give some characteristics of one of your bunnies to Han or Honey?
Oh, I absolutely can.
Yep.
It's funny. I'll give you the characteristics. Honey, is very close to Carista's personality, and Han is kind of very close to my personality.
Okay, scoundrel.
Yeah, he's very furry and wild, and I guess scoundrel-like. Yeah, because he's like a tornado. And Krista says I'm like a tornado. When I move around, I just barrel through things. I'm not very delicate stuff. So
move fast.
On a mission.
Move fast and create things. At one point, I was throwing that around as our motto. Facebook's move fast and break things.
Yes.
So I've been move fast and create things. Something similar.
Here he is.
There he is. This is Han.
I love you. He loves to give kisses. Yes. Yeah. He's a little. There.
All right, hold on. Let's do it.
Look at his hair, dude.
There we go.
Oh, now my screen is blocking it.
There we go. I'll take it. There we go.
There he is.
Han.
See? And you could do cool things with his hair.
All right.
Honey's sleeping, so we won't bother.
It took me a couple conversations to realize you weren't calling me Han or Honey. So, but
yeah, they're always with me. And Krista.
Yep. So, how many hours are you into this? Into the Grimoire here?
I don't know. We did about 3.5 hours yesterday, but that was just us. That was really just concept design, right? We were just messing around trying to figure something out. And I don't know how long we've been in here, almost 3 hours. There's been a lot of talking and little distractions too.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, it's all being recorded for this, so we'll be able to see exactly how long the painting took me.
That's awesome, man. Very cool.
Yeah, this is usually like, for me, this is the boring part. Sitting through this and doing this. It's probably boring for people to watch this too. I'm just
I don't think so, man.
filling in the color. Because this is not the exciting part for me. I want to get to the exciting part, which is painting it all.
And then when, how far would you estimate, distractionless away, how far would you estimate it would take to finish this off?
You know what? I couldn't even tell you right now until all the local colors in, and then I'd get a better idea when it comes to the lighting. But a lot of times, you know what? I can't really ever tell you. Because I start to like experiment and explore like different lighting, different things and you know, it's like you're creating now. This book is going to sit in its own world as well, right? So I started laying out this color of where the lighting's going to come, and I have this circular stuff, and I started to think, where is this grimoire sitting on this pedestal? And I was thinking maybe it's in the center of somewhere down below the bunny hearth tree, right? And is this a big like, so this is Waters of Imaginuk, and maybe there's these bridges that come across to this pedestal, and you could see these like archways in the background. So I really started thinking about like the environment, and now that's a whole other thing that I added to this book. So how long will it take me, John? I don't know. Will I finish it in the next on this live stream right now today? No. Will I finish it in the next couple of days? Absolutely.
Very good.
I'll let you know it sooner, because then I'll just paint the book and then do the rest around it.
No, man. You don't rush. You don't rush the process. I saw that you guys dropped. You guys, Joey talked about the Spartans today.
He's
starting to let us creep out a little bit of stuff.
Yeah, he did. He dropped the 300, which I think is awesome. I give credit to you for that. I thought it was your idea. I didn't realize it was Joey's idea.
The 300 was his idea, 100%. Yep. The
Yes.
300. We were talking about the Spartans, and
Was
then
your-
no,
concept
that's what's beautiful about this thing. It's everybody's collective idea.
Yeah.
But what's genius about that is Joey saying it was 300, because I didn't catch it when you were like, "Oh, it's 300 of them." I was like, "Oh," but then when I caught it, when you told me, I was like, "Oh, that is genius." So props to Joey. But that's the beautiful part about this. It's we're collectively building this whole story.
Yes.
So, you know, if you, so it's, even in this book, I mean, I saw yesterday Krista was giving you like, what if it had Viking horns, right? So if you were doing it on your own, probably wouldn't have Viking horns, would it?
Right. I thought about it, but I didn't know where to put it. And so then when I was drawing the actual like hinge that holds the book, and then she's like, why don't you put Viking horns on there? That gave me the idea to do that, because we had talked about it prior, me and her, like we had gone over, she put together some concepts for me so I could look at. So we had these ideas going around, but when you're drawing, you're not sure where. There's so many ideas, you just don't know what, you can't stick it all in, right? So we just didn't know what was going to come about and what was going to be the best items. But yesterday, she just happened to see a great place that we could stick the Viking horns, and so we were able to pull that off.
Very good. She says, "Hey guys, gonna listen on my way home," with the bunny
awesome.
emoji. So I'm looking at that picture for YouTube. Is that like? I know you're old. You're too old to go to prom with her, but it looks like a prom picture there.
Which one? Oh, and her. Oh, hold on. I gotta scroll down and look. Prom?
Look on the screen.
Oh, it's so small. How do I see it bigger?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you know what? Oh my God, I think that's when I first met Krista, and I think it was we had gone to New York, back to New York, because one of my good friends, it was his wedding. I think that's what that picture's from. It's so tiny I can't tell, but
I got real nervous for a second. Like, oh man, I hope that's not an ex, and she didn't update the profile from 15 years ago or 20 years ago, whenever it was. But of course you can tell it's you, man. It does look like a little prom photo.
That's my bald head.
Yep. Your bald head and my gray. So.
Yeah, now my gray's just showing up in my beard.
Yeah, dude. Me too. Me too. And it looks like I'm patchy already. It looks like I haven't been able to freaking shave or change my PJs because working on this the Battle Bunnies so long. Literally the other day I changed out of my PJs from the night before. Just because I don't always look this disheveled and be this disheveled, and we've actually been going crazy to do some cool, exciting things. But it's
talk about any of these cool, exciting things. Like, what did we talk about? You don't look disheveled, John, but I know what you're talking about, dude. I've come down to shaving once a week now at this point.
Yep. Well, it's good in the meta. Yeah. So what are we going to talk about? Joey dropped the Spartans. I think we'll be dropping some stuff soon. We'll maybe tease a little bit, a couple things out before. I don't know how much longer you got in you on this.
Well, Chris is on her way home, so we'll probably have dinner because I haven't eaten yet.
Good. So then we have to leave people in suspense on some of the cool stuff. They can guess it. I mean, obviously you've seen a lot of team members come in. Has anybody asked you like, who the heck are these people dropping in? No. I saw a couple comments on a couple like, who is Food Fight? Who are these people?
Maybe they did then, because you know what? I don't look at I'm busy. I'm doing my job.
Yep.
That's the moderator's job. Joey's job. Keep an eye on the comments.
But some of the lots of stuff to there'll be some stuff happening in Discord in terms of some announcements that'll be cool. Lots of exciting stuff. You can start to put some pieces together, I bet, if people are watching, like the regulars like Bobby, who's always on here.
Yeah. I love it. And that's the thing too. I like that. I think people are just starting to piece together, wait a minute, something's going on. And nobody knows exactly what, but they know something's big because, like there's little, the more time you spend around us and the more I blab my mouth, you can eventually start putting everything together.
Yeah. So you're talking about VR and the metaverse, and you were talking about that last time. So obviously there's a play there. And looks like a lot of the people in the community are going to be getting some goggles. So that will be fun.
Yes. What was it? Mo Jelly that was here last night. He went out last night and bought one.
Yep. There was he did. He actually did it.
He went on the way home from work yesterday and grabbed one.
Cool. We should see if we maybe go in tonight or something.
Because I've been working since early this morning. I got up super early this morning. Han was ready to go out for his morning walk, and I haven't stopped since. So I think tonight I'm going to have dinner with Krista because we need to take some family time too. And then I think me and her would like if you would take us to explore. We'll bring Melly. Maybe Nate's going to get his too.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I like having a tour guide through the world.
That's it. That's it. And you don't forget who's your tour guide. Like I don't forget mine. My boy Jeff Fortson, former OG rapper by the name of Def Jeff. He just kept saying, "Man, you got to get these. You got to get this Oculus." And I was like, "What are you talking about, man? I got no time for that stuff." And little did I know, because I got it frees up some time, man. We're actually getting some work done in there. We've been seeing a little workspace that we've been working in together, and you've been in there. I'll drop. Yes. I was gonna drop a video tonight, but we'll drop next time we do these things. I'll drop a video of Professor Frank inside your classroom.
I like it.
It could be cool.
I want to do more of those meetings in there, dude. I enjoy that. So I don't know when you guys are there or not.
Yeah, we used to just pop in. What's cool about it is like, you can be there. You can share the screen. There's a whiteboard that you can save. You can change it out. So you don't have to erase it all. You're talking to people. People that don't have VR can just it's a regular Zoom. And we see them on a screen as a regular Zoom, and they see us as a bunch of weird cartoon characters. But when you're in there, I mean, yeah, man, it's like I'm right next to you.
That blew my mind when I was sitting here in front of my computer talking to you and Mike talking to your cartoons, literally talking to your avatars and watching your mouth move. And I'm like, I'm having this serious ass business meeting with two friggin' cartoons. This is ridiculous.
Yep.
But and now I got to jump in there, and I get how not ridiculous it is, especially sitting in there and like being able to see everything and really feel like we're all together working on this, as opposed to just talking on a screen, you know?
Yep. 100%, man. Yeah. Is there going to be an Easter egg anywhere in these things? Are you a big Easter egg guy? Do you put anything?
I am. I do like Easter eggs.
Do you hide anything in some stuff for clues for later ever?
Sometimes I don't, you know, I'm like so focused on something, so I don't think of something cool to do. And then sometimes I will do it and tie it into another piece that I did or whatever. Like, you know how we were talking about yesterday, this portal, right? And I was going to make this portal, I was going to make it this turquoise glowing portal, almost like maybe like the waters of Imagined Falls. And we thought about that. But then today, when I started to realize that I feel like this belongs inside, the book is inside the mother tree. I feel like the center glow of this portal should mimic the glow of the doorway to the mother tree.
I got it.
And that the surrounding waters around this, outside in the environment, are the waters of Imagined Falls. And it's like, so then I guess in some way, maybe that's an Easter egg, because it's kind of like, oh, that makes sense because it's, you know, or if people actually put two and two together, you know.
Well, you're going to have some secret. I know there's a lot of surprises in a good way, right? So like we're gonna have a lot of good surprises along the way. We're the ones that are always told to be shut up, to not say it. We let some of the metaverse stuff slip, but how can you not? You can't not do something. You got to let some of the stuff out. But there's some surprise stuff that could be thrown in here. It's a good way to have people keep watching and keep looking and trying to find what could be next potentially. I know Pixar does that, right? Pixar does that where it's like you find. You can figure out what movie they're going to do next if you're really a sleuth and a Pixar fan.
Oh, you know what? That's true. So I guess I should hide something into here. We'll talk about that not here because then everybody will know the Easter egg. But yeah, you tell me what, and I'll stick it in there.
Yeah, and they could maybe prizes for someone that guesses it or something.
Oh,
maybe.
I like that too. I like giving away stuff to people.
Yes.
I like winning. I never win anything. But I like giving away stuff to people.
Yep. I hear you.
Yeah, but you know what? I guess I did win. I won in just the sense of being able to create this world and
That's
not
true.
just be by myself doing it, but have this amazing team of people and community now that just help us do it. So you know what? I won. I am the winner here.
Yep. You are, my man.
Thank you, sir. Well, we all are, actually.
Yeah.
We're winning this shit together.
For sure. I think that's a lot of the mindset of the people that we've been hanging out with in VR and Discord. It's just a like-minded group of people that are puts things in perspective, man. Positive, fun. I've always said this before, man. When you walked into your old shop, but you were wearing a shirt that said Team Kindness, right? You just always been doing that type of stuff, and always you guys you got a fan base of your art, and then you got a fan base of friends and family that are just Frank Lanatra fans. If you could draw like me, which is not I can't draw.
It's still hard to believe because like I always say, it's just weird for me, because I don't ever do anything for particular reasons. Maybe years ago, you do things because you're hoping to get some kind of gratification or notice and stuff. But then I think the older I got, I just realized that I need to do this stuff for myself. And that was more important than anything else. What makes me happy and what I love. And I was lucky and blessed enough to, I'm not going to say lucky, I mean, I worked hard to be able to just do that in my tattoo career and just do it 100%, just doing what I want and having the clientele that just allowed me to do whatever I wanted. And so I was blessed in that sense. And now, yeah.
I was going to say what they say. I'm not good at quotes, man, but what is it? Luck. Definition of luck is when preparation meets opportunity, right? So, when you become so amazing at this craft and you've just been good to people all along, and you're going to get better. You're going to get world class at this. You got people that rally around you, which is everybody's been doing now. That's how this team has really grown, man. Right? It's just started of like. Started with 4 of you, and it started with kind of 2 of you, Krista and you, and then Chris is the one that was like, man.
So it started with a phone call with me and Chris, and him just explaining NFTs to me.
Oh my god, that must have been that must have been like you could have drawn the Grimoire in that time. I bet you is that phone call.
God, I was so lost. And he just kept having to explain. And so I say, okay, so it's like this. And he'd be like, well, you could do that, but no. And I was like, okay, all right, go ahead. And so he explained more. And I was like, oh, so you mean it's like this? And he's like, well, it could be, but no. And I was like, so eventually after an hours long conversation, I was like, okay, I understand how I need to draw something. And I started sketching out the bunny on the iPad. And by that time, I was so excited with everything. And on the drive home that night, I remember calling Krista in the car, and I just started the way I talk. You know how you talk super fast sometimes when you get excited? I was just doing that to Krista, and she's like, okay, we'll talk about that when this thing gets home. And so I just bombarded her with all this information that Chris just threw at me, and like what I started sketching. And I think it was either that night or the next morning, we started a notes sharing list like on our phones, and she started populating the list of ideas of things that I could add to
that's awesome.
The thing, like the stuff. And so that's how it started. It was really the 3 of us. And then maybe about a week later, or maybe not even a few days into it, I was drawing the Battle Bunnies, and Krista just put a picture from behind me of me and the screen, working on the battle. My thing is saving, working on Battle Bunnies. And then Joey messaged her, because Joey's been a client of hers for a while, messaged her and said, hey, Frank would be great for NFTs. And then she hit up Joey to tell him, hey, this is what we're doing. And Joey had a lot of knowledge in this space and all of that. And so we just started working with him. And it's been the 4 of us just kind of trudging through everything, learning, figuring it all out. And then came you, sir.
Yeah, man.
And your arsenal of amazing people, and such a great team, dude.
Yeah, legit lucky, man. And it happened because I saw that. I think I saw a post that said like, "Hey, 5,000 Discord members," and when I saw that instantly, I was like super happy for you. Like, yes, this is the perfect application for Frank. So started with I'm genuinely happy for you, man, because this is I know I think you tatted me 8 years ago, something like that. But this is the perfect application for you. I've known what you've been trying to do, trying to create some cool things on your own terms. And this is the technology that kind of allows it to happen. So that's how it happened. You were telling me this crazy vision. Back in the day, it would be like you wouldn't give out your phone number. You'd be like, yeah, man, just stop by in a couple weeks of the shop or something, or just email me, man. And then you're like, let's talk about it. I was like, yeah, man, okay, well, a couple weeks we'll do it. I'll hit you up in a couple weeks. Like, no, right now, I'm always doing this. So we got on the phone, and you were telling me that this was going to happen, and this was going to happen, and maybe one day you could be a 3D avatar, and maybe in 2, 3, 4 years. And I was like, nope, that could happen like now. And that's when we started talking about the metaverse and about VR and all the cool applications that could happen. Like, I think pretty quick.
I had no idea, man.
Yep. And if you have a team behind you, like we have, and God bless them, because I've been.
Dude, you have to have a great team behind you, and that's what you brought to the table. It's
Yep.
just a fantastic team of people.
Yep. I mean, they've been dragging me along now. I'm at this point behind them for all the stuff that they've been able to help. But one of the things that we'll be doing here, and I think we're all excited about, is definitely helping educate people into the space, educate people with all these new fancy terms that seem confusing, and they are. And it takes a little bit to understand it, but when you do it, you can see the light bulb come off. And there's probably 5 light bulbs in my head that would come off, and then you're like, now I get it.
Yeah.
And so one of the things we'll be doing is definitely educating some people on the metaverse, on Discord, on VR. Metaverse isn't just VR. There's other opportunities out there, and there's
I don't think there's any true definition of the metaverse.
Yep.
Like, that's what I'm trying to like there's just so many things. I'm still keen on top of all the gaming and the metaverse and all of that. I still want to turn the Battle Bunnies into a tabletop game too. It's like, that's just another idea. When somebody mentioned that, I was like, that's brilliant.
All that stuff can happen too. And it can happen with this.
It will happen.
So, yep. So the
I'm waiting for my thing. It's still saving.
Still saving. So
slow as hell.
Web 3.0. Have you heard that term?
Yes.
You heard that term at all? How would you do it? Let me describe it in a couple ways. I thought it was the easiest part. This would be the light bulb that went off on me. So call it 3 versions of the web, right?
Yep. I'm gonna level my dog and get some water. I'm listening.
Can you? You can? All right, cool.
Can you?
Yep, we're good. So so before the web, right? Let's put it in an example of mail or communication, right? Before the web, you would write a little postcard to your sweetheart or whatnot. You would send it in the mail, and it would arrive later, right? So before the web.
Yep.
Web, call it Web 1.0, came out, and it's the you can send an email like instantly, right? There's your mail.
That was that AOL era.
Right? I did have AOL too. Yep. Yeah. AOL. And you start to see some people put up websites that you could just write on it, right? You could read them and you could write on them. And then 2.0, roughly. And I guess in Web 1.0, think of what companies think.
You can put my screen back up. I could paint while we talk.
Oh, you got it.
Yep.
Think it is up there, but I got you.
Oh,
so the companies of Web 1.0 or something like that, think AOL, right? There you go.
Right.
So in the time period back in your life when AOL was around, and what was your AOL screen name? Did you have one?
Dude, I don't even remember. It's like so many years ago.
Yep.
I probably did, but who knows back
Who
then?
the heck knows? They deleted them now. But so you had
This
AOL.
would come to your house in the mail.
Yep. So the first iteration of that Web 1.0 had AOL. It had Ask Jeeves, Yahoo, Lycos, search engines like that. Web 2.0 is essentially when you could send a message on a chat like Facebook or something along those lines, and it was social. And now not only could you put up not only could you have websites, but you could have video on those sites. You could message back and forth. Again, think Facebook, all of those things. And it's kind of your social networks. The challenge is that, is that in that space is that, Facebook is an entity, right? Somebody owns the platforms that you're on.
And all your information with it.
Yep. Yeah, they're getting it. They're one of the most valuable companies, if not the most in the world, for a reason. So 2.0 in that space, and then think Zoom and Skype, right? The communication in that space, which is really what we're in now. Web 3.0 is you can have that communication instantly, right? But you can do it together, right? You can do it in the metaverse. You can do it hanging out and visit worlds together and things like that. So,
that was the most insane thing I've ever experienced.
Right? It's just starting to, man. Just starting. We've only had it like a couple days, but yeah, man. That was one light bulb that went off with me. Same thing with encyclopedia example, right? So before the web, pre-web, you would have a book. They actually had encyclopedia salesmen, right? That would walk around, knock on your door, and try to sell you a book. Then the web came out, Web 1.0, I guess, and you'd have a CD-ROM, right? It was the coolest thing. Like, oh wow, you can actually take an encyclopedia and put it in your computer.
Yeah.
And then Web 2.0 came out, and it's like Wikipedia, right? So now that the encyclopedia is online and people can contribute to it. And Web 3.0, you can actually go. You could go to an art. I got to take you to this place. You can go to this art museum and then go inside the art. So you can go in Van Gogh's Starry Night. Like you can be inside of the art and it flies around.
Crazy.
Yep. So, just all of these evolutions of the technology that we know and just the natural next shift. So we'll be talking more about that.
Excited for like what we can do with this with the Battle Bunnies universe.
Yep.
And it's like even the ideas we have now, they're just kind of like the foundation and the basis for all of it, because when you start to realize the endless possibilities, the ideas that come about just from that we don't even know are possible yet will happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really gets me excited.
Yeah, man. Good stuff.
I like that explanation.
Yeah, I fumbled through it a little bit, but one, you just got to keep talking about it, and eventually it slips off your tongue. And look, the kids already know this. Like, so today, Frank, my 8-year-old son, when you first started,
already.
What's that?
I said I can't believe your kid dated.
I know. Yeah, he wasn't even born yet, man. So when we met, so when you first, I'm not a gamer really. Like I do play some games, but I'm not like with the chat earlier that you guys had with Rick and
Yep.
Joey. It's not me, but it could be. But when you start talking about complexities and rarity, I was like, what is happening here? I don't understand it. Right. So my kid today is playing a game that's from his school, and the cards are like they're animals, just basic little animals, but some are common, some are rare, some are epic.
Yep.
The kids know about this stuff way more than us. I mean, now you do it, but the kids are kids are naturally like that's what they're teaching in school with these things, and they got to play the game, and then they get like gold doubloons if they do this, and they answer this math problem, and then they get this rare eagle card that they could use to trade in. I mean, they're already playing that stuff, man.
Yeah. And I grew up playing games since I'm a little kid too. So I don't know much about the new games like that the kids are playing, but I know, I still follow a lot of.
This is a school game. Like this is like
awesome,
right? So they're teaching this stuff in school, so they get it. Like I said this before on another live stream, but another way to explain it that blows my mind, where I just know that this technology is not only here and it's going to take off, it's going to stay, because as these kids age up, my boys did not for Christmas, they didn't ask for an Amazon gift card, they didn't ask for cash, they asked for Robux, which is the I guess the tokens or the money that you get inside of the Roblox game that they play.
Right.
So $10 is 800 Roblox, right? So you're actually kind of taking your dollar and transferring it into the Roblox currency, right?
Yep.
Which they're doing right now. On the card, it says includes a free virtual item, discover millions of worlds. So they are already basically crypto trading, accepting virtual items and not being like, why would I want a JPEG? They know why they would want a Viking horn on their character, and discover millions of worlds. Like, so as you and I are like, wow, this blows my mind. Those kids, they've already been doing this stuff. They've been going to different lands and servers inside of Roblox. So
yeah,
they get it, man.
And that's the next generation. That's the ones that you essentially are building all of this for, right?
Right.
So they're the ones that are going to experience all of it or enjoy experiencing it, and I guess help take it to the next level.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for some Ready Player One stuff.
I have not seen that movie or read that book, but everybody, yeah. What?
You need to take a night sit down and watch it, because then you'll know exactly where my head's at.
Yep. I mean, I know the concept of the movie, but
But when you see how cool it actually is,
all right.
and what I'm talking about, and where things I believe are going, and it's not very far away, then you're like, okay, we can do this, we can do that. That's where I'm at.
Yep.
It's just an amazing movie, and it's Steven Spielberg, and
Okay, I didn't know that.
yep, yeah, dude, it's incredible. It's one of those movies that I could just watch over and over. Me and Krista could turn on, and we could just watch it whenever. I just love that movie.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it this weekend if I have time. I have been up nonstop. When you guys were here talking, I was sitting in here listening and writing down some of the secret stuff we're doing. So
I know you've been busy, sir. I know you've been busy.
Yep.
I mean, we have meetings in the morning. I was like, I mean, we're just constantly talking to each other, working on stuff, and
I'm gonna lose my voice soon, I'm sure.
yeah, I think we all are.
Yep.
Actually, I already sound like I heard, huh?
No, man, you always sound like that. That's
I did, right?
Right?
Yeah, I did.
I'm gonna sound like you. That's why you talk so much now, and I'm gonna start sounding like all of us are gonna start sounding like you, man. And it's like this community is gonna have this one, like this voice, and it's just gonna be Frank's voice.
I don't even know. You know what? I sound exactly like my father.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we have the same exact voice.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's not like I don't know. Maybe I just sound like I always just woke up or something. What, buddy? No, Mama's gonna take you when she comes home. Look, I'm pawning him off on Krista.
Yeah.
Because he got his 2 walks. I woke up 7:30 this morning with him to take him on his walk because he had to go at 7:30 in the morning. Not that he really had to go, because he just wanted out to go visit, see if his friends were out.
Yeah.
And then I took him before, so now it's Krista's turn. You hear him through the mic?
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
He sits right at my feet, and he looks up at you with these puppy eyes, and he's just like,
They keep you happy, and they keep you healthy in terms of walking and all that stuff too, right?
oh yeah, they do. Yeah. They are a joy. I love them so much, dude. I can't. It's so, look, me and Krista don't have kids.
Yeah.
But to us, I mean, that's the closest. They're children to us. I don't know how else to explain it. That's it. That's just what it is. They're our kids, and we treat them exactly like that. Wait a minute. Did I pick the wrong color? Hold on. Oh, I'm on a racer.
So.
Yeah.
So when people. So the Grimoire, right?
Yes, sir.
That's the history book of the land, right?
Yes, it's a magical history book.
Magical history book.
So
when people get a battle bunny out of one of this 5,000 or more than one, as you are telling me.
Yeah, you can't just buy one. That's what we learned in our first endeavor, like into the NFT world. We just wanted to buy one to support our friends. Me and Krista were each going to buy one, and by over the 2-day minting period and all of that, we wound up with 15. So, wait, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, nope. I was on mute. Because I was like an itchy throat I'm telling you, losing my voice. But so when they whatever battle bunny they get, or however many battle bunnies they get, they can actually add a backstory. It's got to fall in. It falls into the structure. It's got to make sense inside the Battle Bunny universe, but they can actually write a story, a backstory or a story about their bunny.
Yep.
And it goes in this book. So like, is that obviously there's gonna be some stuff about the land and all that stuff, but somewhere in this book they'll have a page or a half a page. Like, how does this? How's that would look?
So the Grimoire it's the knowledge and history, not of just the lands, but of all the battle bunnies, all the heroes, all the it's the history. It's like almost like the all-knowing book. It holds all the stories, and it's not just the bunnies. It has the stories of the squirrels and the mice. It literally is all the knowledge and tale of this whole world.
Got it. So somebody would be at some point somebody will be able to turn to a page of some sort and see their bunny in the backstory that they created inside this book, right?
Yes, correct.
And is it a full page? Is it alphabetical order?
Hold on.
Uh-oh. He's was that a dog fight, or is it I don't know. Can't tell. It's always the little ones that I guess, that are the ones to watch out for.
Mama's home.
There you go. Is that just one, first off, giving me dead air is like cruelty with the sore throat that I have and forced to talk. But it was that one dog or two dogs that just made that.
No, that was two.
Okay.
There's the howler, and then there's the barker.
Got it. That's why I said it's always the little ones that you got to be careful about in those spaces, which is kind of like the bunnies, man, right? It's kind of like these cute bunnies that are ferocious. They play dirty, right? They're cute, but they play dirty. Is that what it is?
That's exactly right, man. Sometimes the little ones are the most fierce.
Yep.
Because they got to work the hardest to protect themselves and to, keep what's theirs. Just like Honey, she's a tiny chihuahua, but she's the sheriff, man.
Yep.
She's been known to put dogs in their place, doesn't matter what size.
Yep.
Han just loves everybody now. He just roll over and want you to rub his belly.
So okay, so that will be. Do you envision, like, I don't know, because how thick this book is, like, can people get to a page and they see like a full size version of them, or is their bunny, or is it 5 bunnies to a page, alphabetical order? Is it just the text, or is the image in here? What's it going to look like? Is that thought out?
I don't think so yet, because I think, that's another thing that, like, we want to, I guess, do what's best for the story. Some people might only want to have a sentence or something. Maybe they, and so you don't need that much. So I guess it's really going to.
Like a Wikipedia. It's pre web point whatever.
And the amazing thing about this book is the pages are endless, right? Because it's magical.
Mm-hmm.
So
Where does it live? Is this in the tree, or is this?
This is in the tree.
It's in the tree.
But it's down. Remember how we said you could go into the tree and you could go down deep into the tree, and it goes underground into the bunnies' burrows and stuff? That was Krista's idea. So I imagine this is way down in there, and maybe there's the waterfalls that come out of the mountain. They also flow inside the burrow, like there's the waterfalls of Imaginuk down inside the bunny tree too.
Is it guarded? Is it in the vault? Can anybody read it?
It's guarded by the Viking bunnies and the Valkyrie bunnies.
So this is in a room that are people going to try to steal this book, or is it there's valuable info?
They want to steal the book, and they want to steal Imaginuk Falls altogether.
Got it. And it's because the Vikings are the leaders right now. Is that why it's got the Viking horns on it? But is that the?
Well, because all the bunnies started, they were all Vikings and
all
Valkyries
Vikings
at one time. Because Valkyries essentially denote females of it. So they were all Vikings and Valkyries at one time. They were all one bunny clan. And as time went on, they started to split off and kind of form their own clans and factions and so forth and so on. But
got it.
Hold on. All right. I think we're probably going to have to call it, because I think, as I said earlier, when Krista gets home, we're going to have some dinner and family time. And then I think after you're going to have to give us the tour of these worlds, Sean.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn.
Back at this again.
I'm gonna have to learn sign language. What's the Are you going live next week at all?
Yeah. You guys tell me when, and we'll do it.
Cool.
We'll figure out a schedule. We'll talk to the community. We'll talk amongst ourselves in Discord, and then we'll figure out a schedule that's great. And we'll do it. I might even jump in beforehand. I might just jump in on Discord while I'm painting this, and work on it some more inside the Discord. And just share my screen there where you guys can actually come and talk to me instead of typing, because I can't always just read the comments.
I like how you did that, man, because like we were just doing something and you popped in a channel and then instantly you just started talking to you as you were drawing. So I think that's pretty badass, pretty amazing that people can do that in the Discord. Just literally pop in and then give you suggestions, because right. So we gotta get more people in there, and definitely do that, man. Go in there and just have people pop in more.
I will. Tomorrow I'll be at the shop. So I'll actually have to be there one day this
Super
week.
Bowl Sunday, right?
Yeah, it's Sunday, so I have to be there and handle shop business. And then maybe Monday's Valentine's Day, so I think that's the day that we all need to.
This is your fault, man, because I didn't know that was coming up. I have not time to look at a clock, let alone a calendar.
Oh,
And
but,
yeah,
well, I'm giving you a heads up. I'm looking out, John.
yep.
Get on it. Monday is Valentine's Day.
Monday's Valentine's Day, and then next week we'll come back on. We'll start to drop some real stuff, man, for real. And it actually is cool, exciting stuff that we can talk about. I'll actually, for one of my team, it's
Wait,
I don't know.
A sec before you keep talking. I'll be right back.
There you go. You always leave me with the dead air in that space.
I'm sorry. No, talk. I gotta. Now I got the wife home and everything. I'll be right there.
All right. What the heck, Frank? No one wants to hear me talk. I just want to see you talk and then you do your thing and draw. But let's go look at this thing. Let's look at the Grimoire, which looking better and better, man. It's always looking great, but it's starting to come together. Like and this when you started this, Frank, it even just today, I mean, like it was just a lot of lines and layers, and now with this coming in, you actually can see it, which I can't wait for this thing to be done. Which is very good, man. I think we're just gonna call it, unless Frank wants to come back real quick. We'll call it, and then we'll oh, here he is. No, let's get him back. He's back.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Back. You can't allow. Trying to get away, not in a bad way. I'm trying to like, all right, here we go. We're gonna move. I do want to leave. I want to test out and see if our team at Food Fight Studios is watching it, and I'm gonna leave a little Easter egg in here because this came in the mail today. I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna do this. But this came in the mail today. So if they're watching, I don't know. But this is a Emmy plaque, and it's this is to Sharon, who's on our team. So this came in the mail literally today.
That is awesome.
It's National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences honors Sharon Joseph, animation co-director, line producer, nominated for entertainment long form content for Apollo or ad caller at the Apollo Theater featuring Wycliffe Jean, September 9th, 2020. So the team that was involved in that, they can get plaques like this too, which is cool. Yeah, congratulations to them, and they killed it. So we get nominated for that. We lost to Curtis Blow for that one. I wouldn't say lost, and Asher always corrects me because you don't lose if you can say forever. You can say Emmy nominated. So we are 2-time Emmy nominated and 1-time winning, as you can see in the background with that thing. So we'll I don't know if Sharon knows that we got that. No, I don't know if the other team knows that they got that, but basically anybody that was on that project will get a little plaque that says Emmy nominated Sharon Joseph, Asher Oliver, all down the list.
Congratulations.
So, yeah, man.
They're all on our team.
All on our team, and the goal doesn't stay this. The goal's the same, man. So the goal is to win awards. So the goal is to get Emmys, whatever, Oscar, whatever the heck it is. We're always trying to create stuff that gets awards. So we will be we'll be putting that same energy into the Battle Bunnies, and we're gonna get. I'm gonna say it right here. We're gonna get an Emmy. We're gonna get an Emmy at least one. I know it.
I love it.
I know it.
If you know it, then it's gonna happen.
Yep, it's gonna happen.
I'm there with you, man.
Yep, I bet you it'll happen. And then I know it'll happen. So good stuff, man. I'll let you get to Krista. I didn't know she was a vegetarian. She's a vegan or a vegetarian?
Vegetarian.
Okay, didn't know that. So very cool, learning stuff every day about you guys. So join the Discord, join Frank. You can be doing some of these things. You can pop in, give him some suggestions. I'm Johnopoly on that, and Taylor's.
See at least where we got to, and now you can see it kind of
Oh yeah,
coming to life.
let me see this. There we are.
And so that's where we're going to leave off, and I will work on that again very, very soon. Probably tomorrow morning, some, and throughout the week you'll watch me finish the whole painting.
Yeah, man. I'll leave you with the last word. We'll be back at it, and it's always a pleasure, man. Always have fun hanging. This is coolest thing in the world to be able to hang this much, doing this stuff with you guys, and I'm excited to. I guess I'll see you tonight. Jeez.
Yes, you will. And thank you guys all for hanging out. As long as you did, come in and checking in on us, and we hope you'll be on us with us for the whole journey. I'm so excited for what's to come. We'll see you soon.